The following program contains adult language and juvenile conversations. Listener discretion is advised.
I am very thankful for
The
the
following
life I
program
lead, and
contains adult language and juvenile conversations.
Whoops, sorry.
Don't shake your head at him like you could do it any fucking better. Do I have to be on the internet to stream movies? Thank you for welcome to Trick or Treat Radio.
Zombies. You're listening to Trick or Treat Radio, starring the Deadites.
Welcome to episode 278 of Trick or Treat Radio. Trick or Treat Radio is a phantasmagorical spin kick straight through the heart of pop culture. Navigated by the Deadites. The Deadites are the world's greatest electroshock band. We destroy monsters. We drink booze. We win championship belts. And we also...
Fuck up my intro.
Yeah. We do that. And we also talk about what we're thankful for. That's,
Yeah.
typically that time of year.
Dynamo almost did it,
Yeah.
but
What are you thankful for, MZ?
nothing.
Summer squash.
I'm thankful for the low mileage on my car because I never have to leave my house.
Oh, no. He has a lot of mileage on it because he has to
That's
drive
true.
someone around, as he said.
That's right. I'm a human taxi.
Well, actually, you would be a taxi driver. No one rides in you.
Yeah, it shouldn't get on your back and you walk around town.
Yeah. Though,
It'd be like, you should do it like Master
That's
Blaster.
true.
Yeah.
except we know who the master is.
And who the bastard is.
Yeah.
Master Bastard.
Richie, come back from Bartertown. I don't care if you have friends from the other side of the wasteland here. This Thunderdome's not going to clean itself. You'd be like Turbo Teen.
Turbo Teen.
What was the TV show where the guy turned into a car?
It was Turbo Teen.
Turbo Teen, yeah.
Whenever water got on him.
That was a cartoon, though, right?
Yeah.
I feel like there was a
He-
TV show where someone
was
turned
Turbo
into a
Man.
car.
He got cancer and turned into a car.
What?
Yeah, that was the lyrics of the show, I think. Or a different show. All I remember is that he turned into a car, but he had cancer. It was a cartoon.
Whoa.
What? What are you whoa-whoa-whoaing about?
Sensitive subject.
To who?
Fuck.
The guy whose girlfriend has cancer, you dummy.
Yeah?
Jesus Christ.
The guy who just destroyed cancer?
Yeah.
You dummy.
Okay, yeah, the guy who destroyed cancer. So what's the big deal?
Well, my better half still has cancer.
Yes, and she's battling it mightily, I might add.
It's true.
I saw pictures of her on Instagram yesterday, and
She looks good, by the way.
she does.
Yeah.
The Aries and family took us out and ate giant burritos the other day, so that made her really happy.
Aries and family?
Yep. Yeah, Andy Aries was home. It was nice.
Anti Aries.
Yeah.
Wouldn't he be the son of war?
Sure. I got to set the record straight and tell him that no matter what he's heard, I only lost him once and a half and only took him to a bar once.
Was he younger than 21 at the time?
He was younger than 5 at the time, I think.
It doesn't count.
No.
All right, well, we got a jam-packed show tonight, so we're actually going to have to kind of abbreviate this intro. Aries, I think he put money on me not being able to do that, so we'll see if I can actually abbreviate the intro. But on tonight's show, we are going to be discussing a film, a 2017 thriller called Super Dark Times. So we'll be discussing that in just a little bit. And then, if you're watching live, around 10:30, or if you're listening to this on the podcast about an hour from now, we're going to be joined by the self-proclaimed purveyor of schlock, filmmaker James Balsamo. We had hung out with James at Rock and Shock this past year. We've hung out with him before, but
Sure.
more so this past year. And it was awesome. And James is a hilarious guy. He is probably one of the hardest working guys in film, and probably the hardest working guy in film you've never heard of. So we're going to be talking to James, finding out all about his upcoming flick, The Lich. And I saw that he was also on an upcoming anthology. I think it was called 60 Seconds to Die or something like that. And also our friend Izzy Lee was one of the directors that was on that as well. So pretty awesome to see James and Izzy on there. I'm sure there's other directors we may know, but those are the two that I saw jump out at me.
I was envious of Izzy. Well, either yesterday or a couple days ago, where she was pictured with Quentin Tarantino.
Well, she did. She hosted a Q&A.
Yeah.
On a film that I'm really excited for us to review called Low Life.
Yeah.
So, and in the crowd was QT, Quentin Tarantino, which is pretty fucking awesome.
Right there, front row, man. And
It's awesome.
She was no more than maybe 4 feet away from him, and it was.
Well, he's not fucking God. Jesus Christ.
Come on, it's Quentin Tarantino.
He's a great filmmaker.
It's pretty close.
He's not God.
It's awesome that he
pretty
came out for
close.
your autobiography.
Low Life.
Oh, I thought it was No Life.
Is that supposed to be funny? Okay.
So that's what's up for tonight, and then we got some feedback, and then typically, in typical annual fashion, we typically say goodbye with what we're thankful for, but we also have the question of the week, which, what is your favorite schlock film?
Oh, fuck. Hey, Raven Shadow, don't forget to promote last Friday's Evil Streak show.
I will.
Told you I'd remind you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay. So that's what's up for tonight. And I guess we'll introduce everyone because we're moving things along here, trying to get things moving. And I am Johnny Wolfenstein, the pencil pusher and producer of media for Trick or Treat Radio, the Deadites, and the Grand Guignol Network. We also have the immortal gunslinger, the singer and lyricist for the Deadites, Dynamo Mars.
What happened?
What happened? Was that it? That was in A Mighty Wind, wasn't it? Because I just watched Best in Show and it wasn't.
It was Mighty
It
Wind.
was Mighty Wind.
Yeah, because I somehow thought it was Best in Show. Yeah, I guess that makes sense because
He was the commentator.
yeah, he was only the commentator, which was actually still pretty fucking
Oh,
hilarious.
it's fucking great.
But I probably will catch a Mighty Wind soon because it's been a while since
That's
I've
a
seen
good
it.
I was watching the film that has the only line better than that in film history before I left to come hang out with you, Jamokes.
What's that?
I can wear this anywhere.
Oh yeah, One Crazy Summer. Yeah. I can wear this anywhere.
I go with.
Why are you so fat?
I just want to punch him. Why are you so fat? Egg, were you that little fat kid?
That movie's awesome.
What are you nuts? I'm a vegetarian.
That movie is awesome.
Yeah, I haven't seen that movie in a long time.
That and Weird Science, I must have seen like over 100 times, both of them, like at least.
Oh, forget about it.
Talk about weird science today.
Yeah, what'd you talk about?
I was telling
Chet?
I was telling Jakey if I could weird science a professional
Oh,
wrestler,
yeah, I
it
saw
would
that.
be
Yeah.
Shibata.
Yep.
Black tights.
Nah, you'd want him a little bit prettier.
See, I don't need my wrestler to be pretty.
Shower with him.
I
You just want him to
I
be
just
pretty.
need him to hit hard. I just need him to hit people for real. That's like really it. And it is like the reality is my weird science wrestler would be Ishii, but like
Ishii.
Shibata's a little prettier than Ishii.
Yes, he is.
Ishii is
He's
like
not the Stone Pitbull though.
no. My cat hates when the Stone Pitbull comes over.
Have these guys seen Ishii?
I'm sure.
He was on Wrestle Kingdom, right?
Yeah,
like when we watched.
He was fighting Shibata. The first one hitting each other for
Oh,
real
yeah,
for
yeah.
25 minutes.
Oh, that was a good match.
You guys remember Ishii? He was kind of like the kind of short, really like stocky, big, bald guy.
Yeah, yeah.
He's like
him.
Yeah,
Real good. Yeah.
Well, they were both wearing black trunks, black boots, right?
Yep.
yeah. He's like Taz, but not as nice.
That's a good memory
Not as-
on you, Raven
Not as
Shadow.
good as
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
I'm surprised.
It was early in the card. I remember that. I
Yeah.
enjoyed that. Yeah,
It was
yeah.
like a mid card, I think.
All right, well, I skipped ahead.
You like to think of yourself in the main event.
Yeah,
so
I'm trying.
I can see
Yeah.
that. All right, we also have the vulgar guru of horror, star of Blood Pigs and Fetus, and the upcoming Morbid Tales, one-time contributor for Horrorhound magazine. That's one of his accomplishments, folks. Monster Zero.
Yeah, and here's another accomplishment. Cecil, yes, I have seen Weird Science. And
That's not an accomplishment. It's a fucking like necessity.
yeah, it's a rite of passage. I
Yeah.
think. And happy birthday, Rodney Dangerfield.
Oh, thank you. Again, respect. You look at a menu and say, "I'll take it."
He doesn't say that.
Yeah, he does.
No, he doesn't.
In Back to School.
Yeah, but he doesn't say that.
Yeah, he does.
No, he doesn't. He
Yeah, he
says,
does.
No, he doesn't.
Well, okay. Correct me.
He
What does he
says,
say?
do you look at a menu and say, okay?
I thought he says, "I'll take it."
No, he
It
doesn't.
changes the whole scope of the joke. Oh. Now, is that a punchline or is that a joke? I'm not sure. Which is that?
Is that a joke? Or
What was
is
the
that-
one with the green dress and she looked like a pool table? What was that? If you put pockets on there, you look like a pool table, honey.
Oh yeah,
Something like that.
I think that was Ladybugs. I think.
No. It was fucking Back to School. I know
Was it
for
Back to
sure.
School?
Yeah.
It's in the beginning when
trying
he's
to
at
remember it.
when he's at the restaurant and he's going around telling. It's the whole scene where he says, "Do you look at a menu and say?"
Oh yes,
Is that- that-
Motherfucker, you think
Okay.
we saw ladybugs?
Yeah, I mean, I've never.
Around
What,
this
you-
table, like,
Are you saying that you haven't?
I haven't.
No.
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 What the hell's wrong with you people?
Grown ass men.
yeah, that's why.
What does that have to do with anything? It's Rodney Dangerfield. You should be watching that movie. That and My Five Wives.
What?
You've never seen that movie either?
My Five Wives?
It was his last film. It
I've
sucks hardcore,
I've
but
seen
it's
Easy Money.
Oh, yeah.
oh, everybody's seen Easy Money.
I was thinking about the line out with Caddyshack when David Knight, no, what's his name?
Ted
Ted
Knight.
Knight. He was
Judge
trying on-
Smales.
Trying on the
Oh,
hat, and Rodney's like, "Oh, it looks really good on you, though."
Oh, this is the worst looking hat I ever saw.
Yeah.
You'll get nothing like it.
I bet you buy a hat like this, you get a free bowl of soup, huh? But it looks good on you, though.
Yeah. I actually showed that to T-Dog for the first time like a couple weeks ago.
Yeah. Did she like it?
She loved it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
yeah, it was gonna be
It
part of
holds
my.
up pretty well.
Yeah.
It was gonna be part of my introduction, but happy anniversary, Mr. Wolfenstein.
Oh, thanks, sir. You just had 4 years.
Quadruple years.
That's right. That is right. In the chat room, Corny says, "It's Thanksgiving, peeps. Are y'all thankful that Corny is in the chat?"
Bombadeo.
Hell
Yep.
yeah, buddy. Hell yeah. Raven J is in the chat, says, "Hola."
Nice.
And
Hola, senor.
Orly Maniac says, "Hello and happy Thanksgiving to my fellow Yanks."
Happy chicken.
And by the way, MZ, I'm almost done, but I listened to your appearance on Retro.
Oh.
And I heard you running us down.
Yeah, well, good.
Did we figure out if he said anything bad about me? Or did we-
I can't I don't think I said anything bad. I think I got you two. I don't think I got...
You got
Mars.
me. I know
I got you.
You said something about Mars, but I don't think it was bad. Because Raven J brought up something about the Mars is always telling you like because you like certain movies. You
Yeah.
like gory animal violence, and so I don't think there's any negative things
Don't
said.
make me a sadist out of it, man.
We didn't do
What
it. You did, motherfucker.
Yeah, I didn't. You did. Jesus.
No, I don't think I said
Take your
anything
shirt
bad
How
about
many
him.
how many tortoises were killed in ladybugs?
Not enough.
A lot of ladybugs though.
No, I don't think I got you. I know I got you. I think I am almost positive I got you.
What do you say about me?
Well, listen to the show and find out.
Pissed off.
Then you can tell me what I said.
Cecil's hanging out. He posted a couple of photos. It looks like they didn't quite link. I can tell it's a photo link, but he says NBK forever, Natural Born Killers.
Yes,
Yeah,
Rodney.
Yep.
I hate that movie.
I know you do.
That's a movie I hate that everybody likes.
I want you to go take a shower.
It's pretty
And I
good.
want you to make it a good shower. Because I'm coming upstairs after to see how clean you are.
That's fucking terrifying.
That's pretty
dude.
good.
When I go upstairs, she won't see my face for an hour.
Jesus Christ.
He was pretty fucking creepy in
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
Oh, he was great in that. And you know what? He should have been nominated for an Academy Award for that scene.
I don't know about that.
No. She really should have been. But the Academy decided against it because he has not, at that point, he did not do, or since then, he did not do enough drama.
Yeah,
There was
well, I don't
none,
know why
which
that
I think is a bullshit excuse. The man should have been nominated at least. I don't think he would have won, but he definitely should have been nominated.
Is that really a criteria? You have a certain number of like.
According to the Academy,
Yeah, who fucking
yeah,
knows?
yeah, it is. But I think that's a bullshit excuse.
How did
because
anybody even come upon that like information though? Like who ratted the Academy out? I feel that sounds like an urban legend to me.
No, it was something that I read. I think it was in Premiere magazine, like a bunch of years ago. Like, geez, maybe 15, 16 years ago. No, longer than that, actually.
It's like, whoa,
Yeah.
Academy, page 3, chapter 2814. You can't do comedies and be nominated.
In the chat room, Julie's hanging out. She says, "Are there any songs about Thanksgiving?"
Adam Sandler.
Adam Sandler's Thanksgiving, yeah,
The Ramon song, Gobble Gobble Hey.
and that's a terrible song too. I might add.
Actually, technically, Jingle Bells is a Thanksgiving song.
What do you mean?
Originally, it was a Thanksgiving song.
Really? Was it
Alice's Restaurant.
Yeah, that's
That's more traditionally
That's a
Thanksgiving
story
song.
with music behind it.
Hey, was Bill Murray nominated for the incredible Lost in Translation?
I don't know. I think he was.
I think he was. Yeah.
Because he did.
I
He
think
did
he was.
mostly. I just
Well, he had done like Razor's Edge.
and with
Yeah.
Buffalo. Well, that's
Yeah.
comedy
Where the
too,
Buffalo
kinda.
roam.
He's mostly a comedian, but he definitely can do both.
Yeah.
There's no doubt about it.
That movie's brilliant.
Yeah.
Was it? And he also did like Royal Tenenbaums, and wasn't
That
the
was
Life
after,
wasn't
though.
the Life Aquatic after that or
After
Those are
yeah.
both
was
comedies, though.
Yeah.
Royal Tenenbaums.
yeah,
and-
I know
thought-
they're comedies, but they're more on the but they're
They're
also on the
dramatic
drama
comedies.
side.
Yeah, they could be considered.
Black comedies.
Yep. Julie Meow Meow says, I think the screenplay was nominated. So we'll
Julie,
get to
you're
the
so
bottom of
smart.
that. But we need to move on and finish introducing everyone because I got one more person to introduce.
What the fuck, bro?
Hey, he might be talking about you.
No, I
for
know
all
what he's
you know.
fucking doing.
We also have the Triumph Riding, Stage Directing, Chief of Security, and America's Sweetheart, Ares, the God of War.
Greetings.
Waiting for that Immortals one day. One of these days. We also have the chain-smoking, hand-kissing, baby-shaking, lorazepam loving, comic book reading nerd Aries, the official smoke chamber for Castle Wolfenstein, the Pippa Promotions, and the Italian rapscallion Michael Ravenshadow.
That's right, Johnny. And it's okay. I'm not mad anymore. I'm going to tell the people Monster Zero knocked that pizzas on the floor.
Yeah, Monster Zero threw everybody's fucking pizza
Yep.
on the floor.
Yeah.
Don't give a fuck.
Yeah, I threw him on the floor.
Yep. Tell him what you did. Tell
I
him
just
what
took
you
I just took
Tell
him. I
what
just
you
took him
fucking
and I
did.
just went.
Tell Raven J what you fucking did.
Yeah, he won't have you because he knows you'll wreck your pizza.
Yeah, that's why he'll only have you via...
And Raven
via-
J, why don't you like me?
Yeah.
Jerk.
He likes you.
Nice
No, he
guy.
doesn't. He say talk too much, and then he fucking teamed up with this guy and talked about me apparently, and then
Were you leaning in like he was going to answer you right away?
I know.
All right, so we are going to do an abbreviated intro here. We'll get into some more shenanigans later, but we started a little bit late, and it's my fault tonight because I attempted to go to the grocery store on the night before Thanksgiving. It wasn't a good idea, and no one fucking carries mushroom gravy. The sons of bitches.
That's the thing.
Yes,
Shit.
it's like vegan problems, Raven Shadow. You wouldn't know.
Is that a new thing too? Vegan problems?
And we also have Leanna. Hey, Leanna.
Hey, Leanna,
Says,
how you
hi,
doing?
guys.
Hey.
And Oily says MZ doesn't know what MZ is talking about.
no. I am. I'll tell you one thing. I'm fucking.
And
you
why-
guys should be thankful for Oily because he saves a lot of lives.
There's a lot of people that save a lot of lives.
Yeah, well, he's going to have a life end pretty soon if he doesn't explain what he's talking about. What are you talking about, Oily?
You don't know what you're talking about. That's what he's
No,
talking
I
about.
want to know what he means by that.
Yeah, who cares?
It means he listens to the
Shut
show,
up. No one's talking to
and
you.
he's heard your reviews.
All right, so we're going to jump right into the film review because we have so much going on. And tonight we are going to talk about Super Dark Times. This film from 2017 is a drama thriller, and it is 100 minutes long. It is directed, first-time feature director Kevin Phillips, and written by Ben Collins and Luke Petrowski. And these two had written a movie we were gonna review, and it never happened. But that movie Siren, which was based off of one of the shorts from the first VHS film.
Oh,
remember that awesome short?
Oh, the one we didn't like but then liked with the frat boys, right?
No, I think we liked it. It was the one where the girl,
I mean,
the succubus, was it or
Yeah,
something?
but
or-
maybe at first I thought it was kind of slow. I didn't like it, and then when it kicked in, I loved it. Like with the stairs, coming down the stairs, and that stuff. Oh yeah, they made that one.
No.
No.
They that was the short. They made a feature-length film about the short.
Oh, okay.
And those guys wrote the feature length, which I heard mixed things. But if it's any indication, their writing abilities after this one, they might get some higher profile stuff. And the film stars Owen Campbell, Charlie Ton, or is it Tahan or Ton, Elizabeth Cappuccino, Max Talisman, Sawyer Barth, Amy Hargreaves, and Adea Lennox.
everyone in this movie sounds like a 90s Marvel character.
I know those are not real
Like
names.
some Dr. Druid supporting.
Yeah.
cast.
Yeah.
Who was Onyx Bloodshot? What was the first guy? Yeah.
Owen Campbell.
No.
Johnny Towson.
Elizabeth Cappuccino.
Yeah.
She
Al
What was
Pacino.
what was she in? She was in she played a young Jessica Jones in the Jessica Jones TV series. Which I still haven't seen, but she played the young Jessica Jones. Have you seen it, Raven Shadow?
I probably saw the first 3 or 4.
Okay. The synopsis: teenagers Zach and Josh have been best friends their whole lives, but when a gruesome accident leads to a cover-up, the secret drives a wedge between them and propels them down a rabbit hole of escalating paranoia and violence. Now, Marsman, you had seen this film prior to us picking it. It was on the radar, but you did catch a. What was that?
I think I'm just a week ahead of you guys. I think I watched Leatherface early.
You did, yeah.
Yeah, so I think I'm just literally like a week ahead of you guys.
Oh, look at you. Ahead of the curve.
Oh, Johnny, I'm doing extra credit.
I've been taking notes of all the times that you're ahead of the curve.
So Mars got a chance to peep this a little earlier than all of us, but hopefully everyone watched it. And Super Dark Time. So I'll start out. I already said that the director, Kevin Phillips, first-time featured director. He's done a bunch of shorts, and he's also been a cinematographer on a bunch of music videos for Childish Gambino, and I think he did some TV work and some other shorts. So he has a pretty good history of being a cinematographer, which I think makes sense when you watch this movie.
Oh yeah,
because he has 21 credits to his filmography as a cinematographer. Most of them are shorts or music videos. So he definitely has some reps under his belt. So even though this is his first feature film, he's definitely been behind the camera a whole bunch. So right off the bat, so I guess I don't want to. This one I want to tiptoe around.
yeah.
I don't want to give too much away with this one because I think this one really benefits from, some element of surprise left. So let's try to steer clear of too many spoilers if we can avoid. And so this film starts out. We got 2 kids. We got Josh and Zach, and best buds. Always kind of seem inseparable. I'm sure all of us have had or most of us have had a situation like this where we had a friend where, kind of like this. And then there was the extended crew of like, hey, here's another dude we kind of hang out with. He's kind of a dork, but we kind of like him.
Yeah, that was me.
Still is you. Spoiler alert. I'm just kidding, MC.
Well, I thought the dialogue was pretty accurate.
Oh yeah, like so. This film takes place early 90s, I want to say. It didn't specifically spell it out.
Clinton was still in office.
That's right. So it had to have been
So around 90, I think it was around like 95 or 96 at this.
mid 90s then. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I was kind of
Because when did Clinton
Because
get
this-
elected? 92 was it?
No, 96.
Oh, okay. So it was
and
around
also
then, yeah.
also because there was a True Lies reference and
Yep.
and the soundtrack also should
Yeah.
give you some more pointers as to when this movie.
Which the True Lies reference
Took
threw me
place.
off because I really thought it was set in the 80s. Earlier on, I don't know.
Mm.
It was the
Why?
90s because every song had that. Bah, 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 bah. Like every
Yeah,
song
yeah, yeah.
sounded like just somebody playing guitar and like somebody putting a fucking record backwards. I hated the fucking 90s.
And if I had notes, my notes would write Dynamo hates the soundtrack.
Oh, I fucking hate it. Hey, baby, baby, there.
You hated the soundtrack?
Yeah.
Oh, I liked it a lot.
Yeah, well.
Yeah, so did I. I mean, because I hate the '90s too, as far as music goes.
Yeah, I'm
but,
not. I
But
mean,
the soundtrack to this movie was actually quite good.
Fucking diddle me dummies.
Jesus. So the actors, real quick, before we get a little bit deeper, the actor who played Josh Charlie Tahan, he plays Jonathan Crane on Gotham, Scarecrow,
Interesting.
which I think seems like after seeing this movie seems like he could pull that off.
Yeah.
And
Wait, Josh is the kind of long-haired kid?
yeah.
Okay.
And as we mentioned, Elizabeth Cappuccino played the young Jessica Jones, and I didn't recognize Owen Campbell from anything, but he was in Boardwalk Empire, which I haven't seen, but he was in that show.
He reminded me of a young Cameron from Ferris Bueller Day Off.
I could see that a little bit. He was a little bit more handsome than Cameron, I think, but yeah, I could see that. And he's been in a bunch of other stuff,
Yeah.
TV series and shorts and stuff, and he's been in a lot of stuff. But so speaking of the acting, since we're on that, I guess I really enjoyed the acting in this. I thought the performances, especially of the two leads, was really fucking strong.
Yeah, I thought so too. I thought all the performances were really quite good, and what I really loved was and I always champion this is the natural dialogue. I felt the dialogue and the actions and the reactions that the actors and actresses had in this movie were unbelievably natural and realistic and organic, and that's something that's a rare thing, especially coming from a first-time director. I mean, it was quite a shock to me to see that much honesty come through in performances from virtually everybody.
One of the other things I want to mention too is within the first 2 minutes, I was completely mesmerized by this movie.
I agree.
Just the way the camera moved and what was going on screen. I was completely sucked in, and I paused it. It was at like 1:51. I was like, holy shit, like I am in. Like, and that's not easy to do, to captivate you and engage you in such a short period of time.
Yeah, that was during the scrambled porn scene. That
No.
is that what
I was
got
so-
you in?
It was during this when they're showing the school when the window broke in. And
Oh yeah, okay.
just the way the camera moved and just the way it looked, it just really set a nice pace for this movie.
I was so mesmerized talking about it, I just accidentally bought a movie on Amazon.
What'd you buy?
I was looking up to see if I was doing some Christmas shopping for my special lady friend, and I was looking up to see how much a digital copy of The Wizard was. And when I tried to navigate away, I purchased it.
Wow. Okay.
Luckily, it was only $10 because I was really nervous.
Yeah, that happens.
I own The Wizard now.
There you go.
Nice. Video Armageddon.
And but speaking of the scrambled porn, who hasn't done that, right?
Remember
hasn't done it?
Who
in this room?
story
Oh, I know.
with the staff
believe
awry?
me. Believe me. I tried every which way possible. And every now and then you catch a nipple or two, but
Nowadays, you search for Trick or Treat Radio on Google and you find
where-
it by accident.
I don't know where my dad searched, but that came up at dinner the other day again. I don't know. It's fucking
I don't know how
weird.
this happened, honey. I was just looking up my son's website, and I came across this porn.
I think he
Well,
uses that.
maybe if I navigate through this,
I think
I'll find
he
it
uses
in
that as
there.
an excuse, Raven Shadow.
No, Papa Raven Shadow he's not into that. You don't know how that works.
All your mom needs to do is look and see that you don't spell Trick or Treat Radio the same way you spell like babysitter. Piss poor midget.
Yeah. 3 dicks, 1 chick. You know?
Whoa.
Why not 3 chicks, 1 dick? Why does it have to be sexist?
Yeah.
Why does it have to be 3 chicks, 1 dick? Why can't it be 3 dicks, 1 chick?
Why can't it be a 3-on-3, a 6-way dance?
Why can't it be a 5-way round the world grabathon?
What?
Oh man, net neutrality is gonna suck.
You're gonna have to pay for fucking RedTube.
Nah, I don't use that.
Yeah, neither do I.
Well, what do you use?
I don't want to talk about
I'm not telling you.
Well, you're gonna have to
telling
pay
you.
for it.
That sucks.
I use my Jesus VHS that Blinks got me.
Oh yeah, yeah.
You know what I'm gonna have to do? I'm gonna have to play it on my tablet
Okay.
and record it on my phone.
And
So I'll have the tablet there and I'll record my phone like that.
yeah, it's kind of like, fuck. Let's bring back scrambling again.
Yeah.
You know.
Carlos says scramble porn. I don't know anything about that. And Leanna wants to know, why can't it all be vagina?
Oh.
It certainly could be.
Stop it.
It certainly could be. I am definitely not against lesbians, though they are certainly against me. Even the non-lesbians are against me. So
It's funny because somebody told me the other day they thought you dressed like a lesbian.
really, who?
He was talking to himself again.
I said, leave Peppermint Patty alone.
Yeah. Thanks, Chuck.
Sir.
Jesus. All right, so where were we? So I want to talk about the camaraderie and the dialogue. Like this, we've had these conversations.
Oh,
when
yeah,
we
yeah.
were kids.
Oh, sure.
We had these fucking conversations. There was the one with the comic talk, Raven Shadow.
Yep.
Like we was talking about like Punisher and like
Silver Surfer.
Silver Surfer being like lonely or something.
Yeah. Just don't fucking mention the Punisher to me.
Yeah. Like that whole thing was just so fucking legit, and we've
Yeah.
all had those
I
conversations.
wish I had those conversations.
You didn't have those with Tiny?
We were too busy fucking
What?
running them out.
You're too busy fucking.
Timestamp.
That's a soundbite.
How come the new album's not out yet? I'm too busy. No, man, you look really good tonight. I wanted to say that.
No, we were too
Just
busy
makes
doing,
that scene in that movie in the
doing
hotel room
vandalism.
just that much more believable.
Wow. I think one of my favorite lines was when he did talk about True Lies. He's like, yeah, you know, my parents read to True Lies. I put that in. He's like, I masturbated 2.5 times. It's like, why not 3? He's like, I tried for 3 and my dick got sore.
Then I didn't have any ice because the water wasn't frozen yet,
Yeah.
so I used a steak.
Those were the type of conversations we had.
Yeah. Are you kidding me? That's the kind of conversation I had last week.
We did talk quite a bit about the amount of times that we possibly fit in masturbating.
Jesus.
I honestly,
I always have time
eating
for masturbation.
candy, watching bad VHS,
Yep.
masturbating, and
Yep.
mass vandalisms. That was pretty much my whole entire.
And if you were able to pull that off all at the same time, you were truly,
Kidding out
truly,
one day.
truly talented.
Yeah.
No, but it just felt so like realistic. Like these
It
are
was.
conversations that we've all
The
had.
conversations were realistic. The reactions were amazingly realistic. I loved the reactions because that's what they say. Acting is reacting, and the reactions to everything that happened in this movie were so spot on, natural, and perfect. And
Yeah.
it wasn't hammed up. It wasn't acted up. It wasn't anything like that. It was just pure, natural conversation, and I love that. And and this movie has it in droves.
I would say it's some of the lines in this were only second to like some things like, "I'm not a nurse and this isn't the Red Cross."
You're playing noodles over here.
And they were kids too. I mean, they weren't like 20-somethings playing teenagers. They were real kids.
Yeah. I mean, at least I think so.
Well, the one playing what's his name, Josh. He's 19.
Oh, really?
I'm not the fucking Red Cross, and I'm no nurse.
That's
But that's
right.
high school age, right?
Yeah. Well, if you stay back a
Close
year
enough.
or two.
Yeah, close enough.
Sure.
It was believable,
Yeah.
anyways.
I mean, in essence, he's still a teenager, so I guess that qualifies.
It's not a problem at all. I got plenty of noodles over there.
I hate that. I hate the way I said that line. God. It just irks me. But yeah, I mean, in fact, I think the performances were top notch. The cinematography was great. Everything in this movie was shot so fucking professionally and so well. I just loved it, and the pacing of the film and the pacing of the camera movements in certain scenes, I thought they did an excellent job in, and I was very pleased with that as well.
Yeah, I think overall, like, everything was technically incredibly well done. The cinematography, the way the camera moved, just everything felt like it was on par with this.
The score was perfect. I mean, the score gave a good ambiance to certain scenes that were ramping up to become, to a big payoff. And
you'd think you'd get that more often in film, but you don't. Like it's when you see it, it's like, holy shit! Like, this is what I want in every movie. You know,
it did a lot of stuff too that I didn't expect. Like, it really used the dream sequences to like.
Yeah.
It kind of did a neat kind of like horror thing in the first one, and then it did one that almost looked like Antichrist. The scene where he was making special time with the girl in the woods.
Oh yeah.
I Johnny, did you agree with my elevator pitch when
I think it's a bit spoilery though.
Yeah.
So I maybe wouldn't.
Sure.
It's not super spoilery, I should say, but
Well,
if you've seen the movie, I guess it could be. Yeah. But no, I thought it was spot on.
Yeah.
So Marza said it was a John Hughes movie meets I won't say the other movie, but another movie, like a kind of a drama thriller from the 80s, which I definitely when you said that, like, I was like, yeah, definitely spot on with that.
Should we do a spoiler bit?
I don't think
I think we just
need
don't even
to.
have time.
All right.
Well, I just don't think we have time. We have a half hour still, but I just don't think we need to.
I really like now. I don't know. Any other year, this film would have made my top 5, probably the last few years. I don't know if it will make my top 13 this year, but I really support this film. I think it's real good, and I really want people to see it because I feel like it's a movie where you almost can't. I don't know, if you're a normal like human being, you're almost like, this will never be a movie where you're like, oh, let's throw this on. You know, it's not as edgy as, say, Von Trier or, something like, a Monster Zero type movie, but it's definitely fucking uncomfortable a lot of the time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In a really subtle, like, it's hard to explain. Like, I want to say subtle, but that's not what I'm looking for. It's like, I feel like it's uncomfortable in like a burr in your shoe sort of way. Like,
yeah, there was a
couple.
couple.
Get comfortable.
There was a couple scenes that were really intense.
Yeah.
and-
I think where everything comes to a head.
Yeah, there's one earlier too, but yeah.
Where the scene that sets the whole film in motion.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah, definfinitely. Yeah, that was really tense.
That was very.
I feel like
tense.
that was super unrealistic. That was super realistic though, because like,
I thought so.
because I felt like when that kid took off, like like I was like, I can't like if you were writing that 100 times, like, you would never write that. But I feel like if you really saw that, like, that's what would happen.
Or if you were in that situation, yeah.
You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like,
that was pretty intense.
Yeah.
Because I'm sitting back, I'm watching, I'm like, oh.
How far into the movie was that? Was it about a half hour?
Maybe a little less.
Yeah, they definitely like took their time laying out
Yeah.
It felt longer than probably it actually was.
I do have a
I don't know,
complaint.
maybe around-
Not a
maybe
complaint.
Maybe around the 25-minute
I
mark.
do have a question, but I don't even know if we can talk about it.
So, go ahead, Mars.
Why? I don't understand someone's motivation.
The kid.
The one who had the hair like I had in 8th grade.
That doesn't help me.
Yeah.
Okay. Josh.
Yeah, I don't understand. Like, I don't know why. I just don't get it. Like I have theories, but I feel like the one time like where this film could have let its guard down in, doing the Lugosi triple jointed hypnotism on us with its beautifulness and kind of gave us a little plot, would have been that one thing. Because I don't understand how he got from this to this.
Yeah, well, it's not super clear, but I think the thing was this event that caused kind of a rift was, I mean, obviously it was a life-changing experience for both kids, right?
Yeah.
For everyone involved.
Yeah.
But this is kind of like, the way I sort of saw it is like, this is the end. They were so careful to show their kind of their childhood and their friendship.
Yeah.
That this was the death of their childhood.
The death of innocence.
The death of innocence. Yeah.
And their adulthood too. I mean, there was some poor decisions in this film, and there's some things where I'm like, what the fuck? But then you're a kid. This change happens.
Yep.
How so it's like, is it as a grown up or like is this the wrong thing to do? But then what do you do at that moment?
There's an interesting dichotomy because I've always had, at one point it was this dude, Sir Stephen, and then another point it was this dude Aries. But by the time Aries got a hold of us, we were more adults. But Sir Stephen was the type of guy who definitely was programmed to kind of clean up after me and Tiny. You know what I mean? Like, just handle things. And I was thinking that like if you're hardwired to take care of your friends, like, you would probably do it before you realize the gravity of what you were doing. You know what I mean? Like, right. And I feel like the other kid whose name escapes me seemed like he was just
Daryl?
Yeah. No, not the one.
The bigger kid?
No. The one who
the 8th grader or the upperclassman.
Charlie,
the younger kid?
No, the one.
Zach.
Zach. Yeah, thank you.
Zach Attack.
The one he he basically took the role of the wolf from
Pulp
Fiction and like took care of everything and then
Yeah.
tried to hold everything together.
Yep.
But I think he didn't realize that this was different than cheating on a test or shoplifting or whatever else. Like, he just like he took the weight of the world on his shoulders and it like really fucked him up. And I thought that was really interesting because he fell into it so easily, but I think he had that role already.
Yeah, and you could see because clearly there's another situation going on involving the girl. What's her name? Elizabeth Cappuccino's character.
Allison.
Girls mess up everything for boys at that age. Like,
but there was the thing with her, and like this dude, like he was basically given everything that he wanted.
Right.
Like he had this situation that was like, dude, this is what you want, you know? But he couldn't accept it because he was trying to be an adult and try to be like, and he just thought that it would distract him, I think,
Right.
So it was interesting to see that kind of play out where this dude so badly wants to go for this,
But then he's tainted too by what happened too, so you can't enjoy it anymore.
Well, that's true. It's like almost like when someone passes away at like Christmas time, like you almost feel bad enjoying yourself.
Yeah,
right.
That was how I took it. Like he just is like Johnny said, everything he wanted. Like this was holy shit. This couldn't get any better. Oh.
I think I think it's an interesting thing too. Even though that's like an extreme, you can tell your friendship. It's not. Because hormones take over, right? So anybody can say, oh, like, any cliche from, bros before hoes or anything else that you want. But you can literally, as a teenager, tell the strength of your friendship of how many of those wanting the same lady you live through. And I mean, I don't know. Like Tiny and I, went through a lot of that because there was, small town. One girl shows up in a leather jacket with a cure pin, and there's two dudes that like her, like it happens. And I thought that was like a really realistic thing that doesn't get handled in like because you never talk about it. Like usually what happens in movies, you know, you like talk about it and fight about it. But like that was very realistic. Like what happens is she likes one of you, and you try to pretend that you're okay with that. You know, you try to pretend that that's, you know, like, and it's not even like congratulations or like whatever else or anything, you know, anything like sexistly noble, like, you've caged the tiger, my friend. It's just a matter of like, you just fucking don't talk about it and like go about your business and stew. And that was a neat, interesting thing that I thought really subtly ratchets up the tension, because like, you know, like it wasn't even, it's not even like, and please don't think I'm being sexist, but it wasn't even necessarily about women or men or whatever you were into in high school. It was hormones, and like they were fucking out of control, and you could not control yourself or the way you acted or whatever else, you know, like so like I felt like that, you know, for and I'm sure it was very similar for you know, women as well, young women, but that was something that I found like really wrought with tension in this film, because like, you know, Tiny was my best friend in high school and junior high, and we went through that a whole bunch of times. I could do a whole podcast of the amount of times that you know, we ended up on that awkward situation. We never fought about it. We never talked about it. Whoever ended up with like it happening, just fucking hung out and rode in the back seat and fucking stewed in it while, you know.
Yeah, well, the 60s were a different time, though.
It was a hidden code, you know?
And the other thing, too,
Thanks,
is...
Father Christmas.
So we just saw the big... We're watching in the studio. We just saw the big dramatic event that changes them. And we've all had something... Not like that, not to that degree, but we've all had something happen where we're like, holy shit, what are we gonna tell our parents? What are we going to do? You know, like, I'm pretty sure we've all had a situation like that, right?
Right.
Bless you, Raven Shadow.
Thank you, Jesus Christ.
So,
Sorry.
so I think we can all, even though clearly it hasn't happened to this level, but I think clearly we can relate to shit. As a kid, you do something stupid or something bad happens and you don't know what to do and you don't want to tell people. So you have to hide it, you know?
It's that quick knee jerk, fucking hide it, make it, you know.
Yeah.
If you hide it, it'll go away.
Lie, fix it, pick it up, clean it. You know, that quick, just knee jerk reaction.
Right, because, I mean, you're not thinking about it. I mean, you know, you can't think it through at the time, right? Especially as a, you know, 16, 17-year-old kid or however old they were, you know?
Yeah, you have no resources, no asset. There's no, you know, you have to be home for dinner because it's getting dark out.
Right.
Fuck, you know.
And they did a good job of, like, highlighting that too, you know, with the parents, like, where, you know, where, you know, out so late, or, you know, like, this totally reminded me of that time. And the unfortunate thing is, I don't think kids are having these experiences now.
Well, they shouldn't have this kind of experience.
Well, no. But I mean, like, and I'm not trying to be the old guy, like, oh, like, you know, kids these days, you know,
Damn
but
whippersnapping kids.
But our generation and maybe like the next generation after us had the experience like this. But nowadays, I think a lot of kids just don't want to go outside. I mean, I hope I'm not generalizing and making, you know, casting aspersions that are wrong, but I generally think that the impression I get is most kids just don't want to go out. They want to stay in.
No, I think it's true. I told the kids that worked for me a story once of this girl that I totally got like smitten with, and we met her one day when we were just wandering around like the like back trails behind the Becker College and stuff like that. And I think that the girls were a little older, and we hung out with her from like, we met her at like, supposed to go to school at like, you know, 7:00 in the morning, of course, and we bumped into this girl and like hung out with her all day long, and I don't think I ever saw her again after that day. But it was like two girls, you know, perfect thing, two girls, everybody like hit it off and like hung out, and like that was just such a memory in my life. And I like got to the end of the story and how impactful it was to me, and everybody's like, but why were you walking around in the woods for? Like, why didn't you just, like, if you didn't go to school, why didn't you just stay home? Like, it's like just so alien to like that, like this generation, like, you know, like it's like they'll go on Twitch and watch things about people walking around in the woods with a GoPro on.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing is, and Leanna says, in my experience, kids want to go outside, but parents won't let them. So it's interesting to get that perspective as well. But for us, we always want to go outside because that's where things were happening. Right. But nowadays, kids don't want to leave. I mean, and I'm only speaking from experience from what I know. So people I work with who are younger or people I've known, they want to go home and if they're not in front of their device or their TV or their computer, they're missing something. Like that is the new hangout.
Yeah, my nieces and nephews don't want to go outside.
Yeah.
Well, to me, just to do a counterpoint, I mean, kids this age, they definitely want to go outside when the parents are home, so they can go, smoke dope and not be around their parents. As long as they have Wi-Fi, they're good.
Yeah.
There's still some things you want to get outside away from your parents.
Sure.
I don't know.
Again, not to sound like Johnny, but it's not the same. Like we were never like we were just from sun up to sundown, like into fucking something, Told Aries a story yesterday, how I got in so much trouble one day I got kicked out of my town for a weekend. That was not like
I think I know that story.
Yeah, I got kicked out of my fucking town and wasn't allowed to be there. What
did you do?
I don't remember.
Still pending.
Yeah, I don't remember. All I remember is that all I had to do, the main thing I had to fucking do when I snuck back into town was like not get in fucking trouble. Like don't be an asshole. And then I believe it was Tiny and I was shooting arrows at things on Tiny's property, and we overshot and it shot right into the road and hit somebody's car. That was the first policeman that showed up.
Leanna also says, I think part of it is that parents are way more protective now. And I'm sure that's true, especially with like...
Well, with the internet, then, the way the internet is run through and everything like that. And there's a lot of...
What I was going to say is...
Easy access to crazy people.
Yeah, but what I was going to say is like now almost every single day you turn the TV on now, at least once every 3 weeks, there's another fucking mass shooting. So... it's like, why would you want your kids to go out?
Sure.
If that is the case, I totally get that as well.
I do. I think it's also an environment, maybe in a different environment thing, because like, again, like, my nieces and nephews, like I go over there and I turn into like the dog in the old cartoon that's chasing the baby around the construction site so it doesn't fall off the building.
Oh,
but,
yeah.
But they don't like Tiny wife, like not that she's being like a bad mom, but those kids are like just like, like going about their business.
But those kids are still very young though too. Those aren't.
Yeah, well, I mean they're out more. Like I don't know.
I mean like I can speak from a teenager point of view. And you couldn't keep the kids home. It's weird when you actually want them to come home. Right. But these kids are, you get to 15, 16, 17, the hormones, the other activities, other verbs, that's where you can't get, if mom and dad's home, you can't knock those boots in the basement.
Yeah.
Right.
Keep them home.
Why can't you?
Because I'll fucking hear it and I'll get pissed off.
Oh.
Like I know what boots sound like.
Oh, see, because we used to. I hope my parents didn't hear it. This is a revelation.
I had the knock it off phone call.
Really?
Did I tell you that story?
Yeah.
You guys were in my old bedroom. My parents' house. I had company over, which happened to be above my parents' living room, and I had my own phone line. And I got a phone call mid coitus.
King coitus.
King coitus. Oh my God. And it's the phone, and all I hear is knock it off. And I said, okay.
No way.
On my mother's fucking eyes.
Holy shit.
Because it was my mother, and it was like, knock it off. Click. Okay.
How old are you this time?
I was 20.
Yeah, you should be. 20 now. Like, maybe you should soundproof the fucking bedroom.
It's too good.
The waterbed makes a lot of noise splashing around.
What? You were? It was Aries? It was Aries?
No, but you guys know the girl.
Aries got a coitus.
That's true, yeah.
Did you finish?
Yeah, when the phone rang, it startled him.
Oh, jeez.
Hello. You shot your why when you heard your mom's voice.
Oh God!
Up, man.
Oh man, I'll tell you this.
I was 20.
Oily made it. Oily says amazing mid thrust Raven Shadow.
Yeah. But the funny thing is, the funny thing was, I stopped to answer the phone. Like, I thought it was one of you assholes. Like, we're meeting at Denny's. Give me the code word. All right.
No,
Avengers.
we would have paged you.
That's true.
I actually have two related stories about the same lady.
Mid-coitus.
Right? About the same lady. And it's also, to bring it Trick or Treat Radio relative, it's the lady that put on the air shakis.
Oh.
So, when I first started not dating this girl, right, we were in, as Raven Shadow would say, mid-coitus. And her phone rang, right? One of the first people I knew that had a cell phone. And, like, and I understood the parameters of our relationship at this point because she got off of me to get on the phone, right? Yeah. And I was fucking jilted. I was like, I was literally like, what the fuck? And when she got off the phone and started to come back to the bed, her quote was like life-changing. She said, if you call me later, I'll stop fucking him and answer the phone.
Jesus Christ.
And I was like, oh my God. And then there was another time, right? Do you guys remember my Uncle Alden?
Yes.
Right?
Not really.
So there was another time when I was like really in, like, stuff was going on, right?
Yeah.
And we were in a neutral position, if you will. And Uncle Alden just came into the back door while it was going on.
Oh, shit.
Whoa, he came in the back door? Your back door?
Menage a trois.
And I pulled the sheet over both of us.
Yeah. Like Doctor Strange.
Yeah.
The Eye of Agamotto. Come on, honey.
And he didn't say anything or didn't notice, but all I could think of is like it must have looked like I had like a complicated sculpture under the like because we were in the I don't have a polite way to say it, like we weren't in the missionary position. Yeah.
Show him on the King
Hold on.
Ghidorah.
All right. And Mike.
I'll hold the.
First time Mike says Gonga Bonk.
This is Ayashaki's girl is Kermit. And I like pulled a sheet, like so it basically looked like two ghosts fucking.
Pay no attention to that couple behind the curtain.
But that's the only 3 times I did love making with that girl because she wasn't my girlfriend. No.
Oh God.
Oh, it's that one?
No matter Aries telling Coffee Kingdom.
Uh-oh.
Oh, where were we?
We're mid-review.
Yeah, that's the craziest part of this story.
Raven Shadow's mom's gonna call.
This whole time,
Get back to the point.
People like out of all the crazy shit we talk about, people are gonna be like, I don't know. They were trying to tell me that Raven Shadow and Mars had sex in their 20s.
Leanna says we're mid-coitus, Wolfie. Yes, I think that's where we were.
Oh,
so,
God damn, that's funny.
Revelations.
Oh, now it's warm in here.
all right, we're gonna start to wind down the review. So let's get any other thoughts out there. Who didn't fucking eat bagel bites when they were a kid? What?
They're
Me,
beige.
because they didn't have bagel bites when I was a kid.
Jeez.
Back in
Well, I
19
forget you. Yeah, I forget you were fucking 62 years old.
Breakfast Farm remembers.
There was no way to cook bagels on the fire.
Well, if I wanted a pizza, I had to go to the store and get it.
I had to go to Italy.
Oh my God, I think you just killed him. You killed Dynamo.
I'm sorry, dude.
And who in this room hasn't done something like cutting the fucking milk cartons with a katana?
Oh,
We've
yeah.
all done something stupid like that, right?
I'll go one step further. I bought a sword, the sword I have. When we were leaving the
I hope you didn't use it mid-coitus.
No. We were leaving the shop, and someone had, like, takeout, fucking marinara, mozzarella sticks left over. And I had my sword, bought my sword, and the first response was, She fucking cut this. He threw it up. I sliced the
Yeah.
the plastic thing. Got marinara sauce everywhere. But I cut it, and I was
Of course you would cut marinara sauce.
Yeah, and I was 28.
Cut the
at
sauce.
the time.
You know, I know that was a general question, but like, you're not really asking me with who I grew up with if I ever threw things in the air.
Yeah.
I literally hit a point in my life that I thought my whole entire life was going to be throwing things in the air for him to hit with a katana or a bat.
Aries used to catch bow and arrows with his hands. Remember doing that?
No.
Yeah, you and Parallax. Shoot the arrow up and try to catch it.
Shoot it up and try to catch it on the way
Yeah.
down?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Well, no, the shooting it up was just shoot up and oh crap, run.
Whoa. You shut up?
I shut up. Yes.
Courtney says, Raven J, I know you're drawing something right now.
You could see smoke coming off of his pencil.
Yeah.
That's not his pencil.
But it's got a fine tip.
And there was a lot.
Italy.
Just real quick, back to the movie. There was a lot of really awesome dusk shots. I felt like that played. I think it played a role in the film, like more than just kind of being a cool sort of thing, because it's kind of between day
Right.
and night, right? So
Yeah. And they're in the twilight of their youth,
Yeah.
And they're in the end of innocence, like we talked about before.
yeah, which
This
I
is
thought
the
was
end of the innocence.
which I thought was just a really really well done. Like this is sort of the language of a director.
love.
What?
Language of love.
No. Language of a director who's had a bunch of films under his belt.
Yeah, pure cinema, as Jay would say, I think.
Yeah. And last thing I want to mention is, holy shit, that dude had a fucking wet dream at school.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, who
That
has
was a little.
Who has it?
Oh wait, you got another story for us?
If
Raven?
I had a teacher like that, I would be too.
It wasn't the teacher.
The teacher was hot.
Yeah, but that's not why he had the wet dream.
Oh, well, I just assumed it was the teacher because they
No,
were talking
It
about...
was his fucking dream that they just showed.
was this girl.
because they would talk... No, because they were talking about how hot the teacher was there.
Yeah, but it was that girl.
Yeah, but
that
Yeah,
he
it was the
liked.
girl. No, I know. I'm just mixing them up. Don't worry.
Did you
about
guys have a hot teacher in school?
Yeah.
Yeah, we had a hot teacher.
Yeah.
We didn't. That's why I don't know any fucking geography. Miss Canoia was so fucking hot. I didn't learn anything. It's like those poor kids that have to fucking learn math from Oracle.
Oh yeah.
I had a gym teacher.
Dumb kids.
I had a gym teacher who looked like... Now, remember the video Girls, Girls, Girls from Motley Crue?
Yes.
Yep.
Okay. This is...
She was in that video?
No, but she looked a lot like the one with the short black hair.
I don't remember
And the
fucking
dark hair.
that. There's 9 million girls in that video.
No, the reason why I remember it is because
it
she
wasn't
looked
called
like...
girl.
No, the reason why I remember is because she looked like the she looked like my gym teacher when I was in high school.
My gym teacher looked exactly like you, but without a beard. And her name was Miss Richardson.
And I gotta ask you, who was the hot teacher?
We had a sub.
A sub.
Well, no, she sub to permanent.
Who?
Mrs. Trapasso.
I don't know that one.
She didn't sound hot.
No, she was.
Trapasso?
Yeah.
Hmm.
She caught me trespasso, yo. I don't know. She's had long blind. That was bad.
Well, how about you, Wolfie?
What about me?
Yeah.
Yeah. What? Yeah. Well.
Where's your story?
Oh, the hot teacher?
Yeah.
I had one that was younger. I wasn't super attracted to her, but she came to one of my band shows when I was in a.
Oh, you could have fucking passed, dude.
No, she brought her husband.
Oh, well.
I was also 15.
Yeah. You could have go get yourself something to eat. I'll take your wife home.
Yeah, a fucking 15-year-old. Yeah.
Yeah.
Jesus
Be
Christ.
very bold.
All right, so I think we're gonna.
Monza Zero was such a late bloomer, he thinks he fucking missed the Wild West.
Yeah.
People boning their teachers.
Hey, I
Say,
didn't lose
hey.
I didn't lose my virginity till very, 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 very.
We
late.
all know the story.
Yes.
42 years old.
No,
Yeah, pretty
stop
close,
it. No,
pretty
no,
close.
no. You were 24.
That was 25.
No, that's,
No, you're supposed to say younger, Raven.
you were 14. You were 4.
She was 24.
Yeah, she was 24.
Did you just say she was 4?
No, you were 4.
Oh.
He was 4.
She was 68.
Jesus Christ.
Ugh.
All right, does anyone else have anything that we haven't brought up about this that we want to talk about yet? No. Okay, let's go to.
Wow. I guess I'll go fuck myself.
What are you gonna say?
No,
Aries, did you see it?
yeah, really.
Yes.
It's a good review. Aries.
Yeah.
A man of few words.
I'm apparently in the minority, so that's why I've been keeping my
No,
mouth
man.
shut.
Yeah,
You're the
go with
Gene,
it.
you're the
No,
Gene
you-
Siskel of
We,
odds.
we like having the
Yeah.
both sides of the coin here.
Everybody can't agree on everything. What's your take
No,
on this?
I didn't enjoy it. I thought it was a boring movie. I didn't enjoy the characters. I didn't think any of them were likable.
You would have beat him up, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
Fucking millennials.
They're not millennials.
There would have been Gen X's, and yeah, to be fair, yeah, I didn't like them. To be completely honest, I didn't make it through it. I felt I had better uses of my time.
See, I get yelled at when I say that.
Well, yeah, he's much
You-
bigger.
I was-
No.
Oh, I was just about to say you Raven shadowed it.
You get yelled at when you don't watch it. I at least tried.
I tried to watch it lots of times.
I just fail a lot.
I had a chainsaw in my basement that needed repair. So
Whoa, look at
Those
you, Paul
stages aren't going to
Bunyan.
build themselves.
Yeah, that's true. That's fair.
Okay, well, Paul Bunyan just gave his review, so why don't we just cue up Buster and we'll.
Someone going to die tonight.
Just
Trick
play
or
'em.
treat, baby. I wonder if people would say you're a trick or a treat.
Trick or treat, motherfucker.
All right, it is verdict time. We're going to let you know whether this flick was a trick or a treat, and any final thoughts we may have. Raven Shadow.
Babe the Blue Ox.
You know, I kind of thought this kind of had like a Goonies type vibe, like they go on like a adventure, and things took a turn.
Yeah, Chunk didn't fit so well.
Yeah. The Fratellis were not the worst thing that would have happened to Chunk. I wish the Fratellis fucking got me. I do have some questions about the bookends, the beginning and the end of this film that maybe we can talk on off air. Because I question. I was sitting down, getting ready, preparing early, but I have questions about what was happening in the school. I don't know.
A deer jumped in the window.
Is that what it was?
Yes.
Okay. I couldn't tell if it was like a beast or a I first thought it was a school shooting, oddly enough. When I
Yeah,
was,
sure, that makes sense.
I think you were intended to believe that.
I thought it was going to be
really?
one of those
Okay.
deals where we were seeing the end of the movie at the beginning.
Okay. It was weird though, right?
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
it was okay. That kind of threw me off a little bit. And I do have a question about the very end, which I knew we were going to talk about.
I actually
Yeah, we'll
read,
talk about them.
Yeah, I read some shit about it, so
You did?
yeah,
Okay.
because I had some questions.
Okay. But no. I thought. I mean, Aries. Yeah, it's fucking sucked. No. I really enjoyed this. I definitely want to see what this guy's gonna do next. I like these kids. I would see these kids in another flick. They all killed it. They showed emotionality.
One of them did.
well, method acting. But no, they had range. They fucking brought it. I want to see a fucking director's commentary on this. I'm curious.
Wow.
Yeah, like I want to see how they. I'm curious, like how was any of this improv? Was there given a direction? Like I don't know. I'm kind of fascinated by.
This was scripted for sure.
You
This
think
wasn't mumblecore.
You think completely?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so.
But they delivered it really well. I'm not sure how much rewatchability this would have. Maybe a second viewing.
Yeah, I definitely want a second view.
But no, I was pleasantly surprised. Treat.
All right, I think we know Aries, but let's make it official.
Yeah, like I said, it didn't grab me at all. Some of the shots were nice. Some of them were visually disturbing. There was random quick edits, which I didn't care for. Off the top of my head, I can't remember where they were in the movie. But there were a few quick edits that just seemed out of place and unnecessary. But all in all, well, half of all, trick.
All right, MZ.
I love this movie, man. I think it had great characters. I think the dialogue is very natural. I think the reactions are very, very natural. The music was the soundtrack was exceptional, and so was the score. Great cinematography, good lighting, and everything, pretty much everything on on a production level was really spot on. Like I said, the performances were really, really terrific in this movie, and I think this does have a certain rewatchability factor. It was wonderfully paced. I definitely did like this movie. Now, whether it's going to crack my top 13, it's possible, and this is definitely a treat.
Marsman?
Treat.
All right, and for me, also a treat. I really enjoy this, and I think this is one of the films that best captured the time when we were growing up. You know, I guess I'll speak for myself. I don't want I think we all grew up kind of like around the same age, so I imagine we had similar experiences. But
I feel like I actually owned a home when this movie was coming out. Like I think I was a full-grown man in this time in the 90s.
No. I think
you were like 20, like 21 when this film took place. But it doesn't mean that 5 years earlier things were that much different, So I think that this really captured just sort of what it's like to be a teenage boy really well. That's sort of what I got from it, was that this just it was a really great portrayal, and everything that happened in this, it just seemed completely plausible. Now there was some stuff that was pretty nuts, but you could absolutely see that happening, right?
Yeah.
Like I could totally see this happening in real life, and it's probably happened.
Yeah. When I was watching this, I was almost certain that this had to have been based on a true story at some point. It just felt that natural about
I'm sure stuff like this has happened, for sure.
Sure.
Yeah.
I think it's another element of needing to be set before the technology.
Oh yeah, this wouldn't have
You know,
worked because someone would have filmed it and blah, 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 whatever.
Right.
It just
Well, the outcome could have been different.
yeah, it just would have been a way different film.
Right.
So this is a great time to put it out. And MZ called out all the technical stuff. I'm not going to highlight it again, but this was technically exceptionally made. Everything about this was really good, and I was blown away to find out that this is a first-time filmmaker. Obviously, he has a lot under his belt. He's done a lot of shorts and some music videos and stuff, but this was really impressive for both the writing team and the director to make a film that felt this realistic. And I got to tell you, like Kevin Phillips, the director, shot way up for me. Like next thing this dude does, I am super interested for because this was handled exceptionally well, and absolutely a treat for me. Really can't speak highly enough about this movie, and I hope it definitely sees some legs, and some other people are checking it out on VOD, because it's definitely worth it. Hopefully this is one that maybe pops up on Netflix and gets in front of more eyes, because I think it definitely deserves to be seen.
It's not Stranger Things, I'm pretty sure.
No, but you know what? It's not a bad companion piece.
No, and that's kind of what I kind of thought. Even for a while, I'm like,
it's almost like as if the Stranger Things kids were like 10 years older.
Yeah, right.
Or not 10 years older, but let's say it takes place a few years, later when they're older or something. I could see something like this happening.
Hey, I have a quick question.
Without without some supernatural stuff.
Ask right away. Where the fuck was this?
I was thinking.
well,
I'm sorry.
I knew where they filmed it, so I don't know if that's where it's supposed to be set, but it was filmed in New York.
Okay. It looked like how I
definitely
always
New England area-ish.
yeah.
I was picturing like where was D Hunter in that, like kind of like maybe like Pennsylvania somewhere like in
yeah. I was thinking more along the lines of the Midwest around Illinois, Ohio, in that area.
Well, yeah, they never said, so I think it's just kind of like supposed to be, every town, like where this could have taken place.
Yeah.
So, all right, so that's going to do it for Super Dark Times. If you guys want to check it out, it's available on VOD. I would definitely recommend checking this out, especially if you grew up in the 80s or 90s. This really captures kind of what it was like in those days, and it's just a really well done movie. So give it a look. And next week, I know Mars is excited about this.
Yeah, I am.
We have, for New Guest November, this has been years in the making, actually.
This person was on my first list of guests I wanted to get for the show.
Ever, yeah. 5+ years ago.
Yeah.
So next week, we are going to be joined by Eric Newell from Bloody Good Horror. one of the longest running and probably most well-known horror podcasts out there.
I'm not ashamed to say my favorite horror podcast.
Yeah, you've definitely mentioned that on the show before. And Eric's a great dude. We've actually had the opportunity to hang out with him on several occasions at OTC gatherings with Bill by Force. So it's Eric's a great dude, and really looking forward to having him on next week. We're just gonna have him for an hour. He's a busy dude, so we're gonna have him for the first hour of the show.
Dude won an Emmy.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, seriously. So we're gonna have Eric Newell from Bloody Good Horror, and we're also going to review the film Mayhem, which Mars has been really excited about, and Eric picked.
Yep.
So we're going to check out Mayhem, and it stars your boy Stephen Yeun from Walking
The
Dead.
Walking Dead, no kidding.
Yeah, and it's directed by Joe Lynch.
Yeah.
Cool.
So we're going to check that out, and that's next week. Eric Newell from Bloody Good Horror and Mayhem. If you guys want to check it out, it's available on VOD. And we got the next couple weeks planned after that, and I'm really excited for what we have coming up, because December is December Cram Jam, everyone.
Yeah.
Got to get your presents in and your films 2 a week. So, all right, we're going to take we're going to take a quick break. We're going to come back and we'll be joined by James Balsamo.
Love a scary story? Do you love to dance? The Big Scary Monster Haunts at Midnight is a collection of dark songs about sex, love, death, revenge, and the end of the world. Brought to you by the world's greatest monster hunting electroshock band, the Deadites. Available on iTunes, Google Music, Amazon, CD Baby, and all other digital distribution sites.
I'm Alex West. And I'm Andrea Subasati, and we're from the Faculty of Horror podcast. And you're listening to Trick or Treat Radio.
I'm Ruby Burble.
What's up, y'all? It's me, the Yeti. Telling all the ladies that they couldn't be more fine and that we should knock those boots like Frankenstein. When I want to get my nerd on, I go to Facebook and I go to the Trick or Treat Radio Facebook group. That's the place where I get to talk about all the hip new horror movies, all the cool comics,
Like comics.
RPGs, video games, you name it, we're talking about shit on there. And you could not be any cooler if you were the coolest kid in school. Be the first kid on your block to swing their cock over at the Trick or Treat Radio Facebook group. Just go to Facebook, search for Trick or Treat Radio, ask to join, and it's like Nerd Nirvana, baby, without the shotgun blast. This is the Yeti, signing out. See you at the Trick or Treat Radio Facebook group.
Follow us on Twitter at The Deadites, TheDeadites.com, and TrickOrTreatRadio.com.
right, we're back on Trick or Treat Radio. Right, let's get things set up for connecting up with James here.
All right, let's do this.
All right, so let me give James a call if someone wants to just take the mic for a second.
Dynamo.
Yeah.
Yeah. What's going on, man?
Nothing.
Nothing. Where the hell are those two yokes?
I don't know. I heard one of them yell, so I scared Aries on the stairs. So
Did you?
yeah, I was just I didn't even mean to. I just was waiting for him to come down before I went up, and he looked down. I was standing there looking at him. He jumped.
Well,
Where are you going for Thanksgiving tomorrow?
my mother's place.
Nice.
Yes, and just dining on turkey and all the stuff.
What time
and
you going?
everything else. What time am I going? I don't know. Maybe around 11.
I just
think,
wanna-
or 10. Maybe we might be. I think we're making a whole day of it.
I just want to know what time I have to clear out by.
All right, dudes. We are now joined by filmmaker extraordinaire and purveyor of schlock, James Balsamo.
Hey, everybody. James Balsamo here. How's it going?
Hey, buddy. How's it going?
Hey.
Good. You want to hear a joke?
Absolutely.
What happens when two mummies fart at the same time?
Whoa, I don't know.
I don't know.
Tutankhamun. That joke's ancient. Ancient Egypt.
Oh Christ!
I gotta tell you, James. You gave my girlfriend a copy of your joke book, and it is fucking hilarious.
Oh, thank you.
It's the funny thing is the jokes are like, okay, like they're really good, like, puns, but it's the punchline after the punchline that really makes me chuckle.
That's right. It's the double undercut.
Exactly. So we are now joined by James, and James is a writer, a filmmaker, an actor, a writer, a book writer, and you got a lot of stuff going on, James. And we've now hung out with you at Rock and Shock on a couple occasions, but we got a chance to be kind of across the aisle from you this year, so we got a chance to get a chance to hang out with you a little bit more, and we're on a panel together. So obviously you have a film coming up, and correct me if I'm wrong, it's coming out in December, The Lich?
Correct.
Yes, so we have The Lich, and I also saw you have another project coming out. You contributed a short film to, what's it called, 60 Seconds to Die? 60 Seconds to Die.
That is also correct. And I'm also filming a sequel to my movie Cool as Hell. Guess what it's called? Cool as Hell 2!
That's very original.
I never would have guessed that. So, James, for folks who may not be familiar with your work, if they're not, they should be, but if they're not, I guess give people kind of a real high level, like what do you do? What's James Balsamo all about?
Sure, if you guys love celebrity cameos, gratuitous nudity, lots of gore, and wacky monsters, you'll love some of my movies, such as Hack Job, featuring the late Otis Rungus from Gwar, Lloyd Kaufman, Lynn Lowry, Debbie Rochon, and me. Then I did a movie called I Spill Your Guts, where Andrew WK gets his head cut in half. Then I did a movie with Tom Savini called Cool as Hell, which is the one I'm doing the sequel to now. And then I did a buddy cop comedy with Mutant Fish People that has Tony Todd, Jason Mewes, Jay from Jay and Silent Bob,
Absolutely.
Jake the Snake Roberts, and me in a cop uniform. And damn, I look good in a badge. Let me tell you, it's fantastic. Then I did a vampire comedy with Ron Jeremy and the late Herschel Gordon Lewis and Butch Patrick, Eddie Munster himself.
Yeah.
And that one was called Bite School. It's an education you could really sink your teeth into. I should really stop telling vampire jokes. They're so draining.
Waka waka.
And then I did a slasher film again called Killer Waves, and that had Phil Anselmo from Pantera in it, Chris Mulkey from Rambo, and Robert Millay from The Strain. And it was about a killer killing surfers to make a human flesh surfboard. Surfs up, am I right? And currently I'm filming The Lich with E.G. Daily, Dottie from Pee-wee's Big Adventure.
Yeah.
and it's got Goat Whore in it, and,
nice.
and a ton of other awesome metal bands.
Yeah.
Motor Grader, they just got back together and they did a cameo for me last week in LA, and it's got lots of boobs in it.
Nice.
So check it out, The Lich.
So, James, how did you get started down this road? I mean, I did a little bit of research and saw that you've sort of wanted to do this since you were like 8 years old, right? When you saw it was a Friday the 13th.
Yeah, that's right. So I was a kid and I loved horror movies and I just wanted to be in horror films, but I didn't know anybody that made them. So I went to film school, learned how to make my own damn movie, and I've been making them ever since. I've got worldwide distribution. They sell in Walmart, Target, Best Buy, Barnes & Noble, you name it. And I tour the country signing autographs. And I was one of those kids that went to horror conventions. So full circle, it's really cool to be in the circus opposed to going to it. Now I'm the clown.
I gotta say, like, out of all the people we've met in, from going to conventions and especially around this area, Rock and Shock, I think you are the best self-promoter I've ever met.
Oh, thank you. You're too kind.
It's just.
But tell me more.
You're so personable, and like you give stuff away to people. You're really, I don't know how you do it, but people really seem to get connected to what you do, and it's all you. It's not like you're putting on an act. This is who you are. If people have met you, I think they'll have a good understanding of what your films are about, or vice versa. And you basically are kind of like a rock and roll like filmmaker. Like you tour around the country and do all these shows, and it just seems like you're living the dream.
That's mad cool.
Yeah, hopefully you're having as much fun as it looks like you're having.
Fuck yeah, I am.
Yeah.
I mean, I get to party with rock stars, adult film stars, pro wrestlers, and horror icons, and now you know what I mean. I call these people friends.
Yeah,
it's amazing. Yeah,
they're
co-workers and companions.
Absolutely,
it's the best job I could think of.
Now, James, obviously you went to acting school, and that's something I think you said that you had been doing like Shakespeare or something. Like you were doing some real kind of like highbrow stuff compared to what you're doing now, right?
Yeah, from Hamlet to horror movies.
Exactly.
I mean, Hamlet is kind of like a horror movie, so it's not that far of a jump.
True.
Yeah.
That's very true.
So how did it all? What was your first film, and how did that all sort of come together? Because whenever I look at your at the cast that you have in all your films, I'm always like, oh, that's really cool. He got this person, like like you said, Phil Anselmo, or you had in the upcoming in The Lich. Let's see, you had a bunch of E.G. Daly you had mentioned, and Tom Sizemore. So there and Dick Warlock, and there's some like awesome people that you're working with. Like, how did this all come about? Where you're able to be self-sufficient and do these awesome movies with some kind of dream casting?
Well, just like the Beatles started before they had ever wrote their own material, they had made covers and they just made a bunch of shitty stuff by themselves, and that's the same route I did. I probably made about 30 short films before I had ever finished my first feature, Hack Job. So I was making short films, then I went to film school to really learn the ins and outs and technical aspect, and then I kind of just started kidnapping celebrities' children and being like, if you ever want to see your loved ones again, you'll do this cameo.
They didn't press charges?
Yeah. Oh no, celebrities, they got a lot going on. They don't want anything to get out there.
They got to keep their face out there so
cameo
everybody can
in
see
the
it.
Acid Bass Productions movie then.
Yeah. That's amazing. But and you continue to put these movies out, and it's great. Like, you're kind of living the dream. A lot of people I know have, we've talked to some folks who have trouble getting that next project off the ground, and they're like, oh, this fell through, been trying to get this going, and sometimes it could be years before someone gets another project going, but you're just able to keep going with them.
Yeah, thanks. I mean, I think it's my drive and gumption, You know, as they say in the old days, I got a lot of moxie, kid.
Yeah.
Moxie's delicious.
It is, yeah. I feel like I get dumb when I eat it. I'm a moxie moron.
So you have the Lich coming out. Did you say are you still filming it or is it wrapped?
The Lich is wrapped, and we're filming Cool as Hell 2 still.
Gotcha.
And that's got a ton of cameos in it. It's got Brian Johnson and Ming Chen from AMC's Comic Book Men.
Oh, nice.
And Hall of Famer Nikolai Volkov.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
Wow.
so that one's going to be really fun.
Did you have him? Are you gonna have him sing the Soviet national anthem?
Yeah. Hey, why you rushing me?
No, that's
no. I love the fact that this guy throws in a bunch of cameos in his film. That's the shit that I love. I mean, you know, get the Ron Jeremys and the Joe Flyshakers and the Lynn Lowrys in there, and
Yep.
the, you know, Sarah French and Andrew WK or WK Andrew or whatever the hell his name is.
Yeah.
And I mean, I love that shit. I love cameos like that. You know.
Thanks, yeah, and they're you know what I mean. They're always excited to do it. It's great, and you know what's funny is I put a lot of musicians in it, and since MTV's gone, people don't even realize like who these musicians are. It's funny, they'll watch it and they'll be like, "What do you mean the bass player from the Aquabats was in Killer Waves?" You know?
Yeah. That's awesome. And MZ, I just noticed this that in the upcoming Cool as Hell 2, he has Carmine Capabianco.
Oh,
Carmine is a good friend of mine. He's become my wacky uncle.
Really?
Carmine and I have been good friends since 2012 when he starred as one of the lead detectives on the murder case in my film I Spill Your Guts. And so Carmine and I have become good friends, and I love Carmine. Of course, you know, Psychos in Love,
Yeah.
Galactic Gigolo,
Yep.
where he's a space-hungry sex broccoli from another galaxy.
Pretty much.
I mean,
he's a hot shit too, man. He's got some really good comedic chops on him.
oh, he's hilarious.
He really does. He could almost be considered a near genius as far as his comedies goes. You really got.
Carmine is a genius.
Yeah,
he
you
really is. He's
you
a
gotta
smart
check him out.
cookie. Yeah.
He's a hot shit.
Yeah, it's I'm just always super impressed. I look at your cast and you know, do most of these people are they just like chomping at the bit to do it, or is it hard to get some of the folks to be in the films?
I mean, it depends. You know what I mean? It took me 6 years to get Herschel Gordon Lewis to do a cameo for me.
Yeah.
I mean, I had met him at a Monster Mania, and before I had even finished my first film, you know, I wanted to get him in my first film as kind of like the wraparound story, and he was just really busy, and you know, it literally took me 6 years. You know, not until my fifth feature film was Herschel like, all right, I'm in. We had done a panel together in Florida, and I got him to sing the South Shall Rise Again song. And he's like, "Oh, this guy knows my work. All right, I like this guy." You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And at that,
I'll never forget. All Herschel Gordon Lewis wanted on set was a chocolate milk. And I
Really?
brought him a chocolate milk from like a Starbucks, and he's like, "You are such a sweet man."
Yeah, Herschel. I mean, yeah, you know, rest in peace, brother. But man, that guy had an awesome voice till his very last day.
Oh yeah,
his voice.
And he loved what he did. You know what I mean? He loved it.
Yeah, that's true. And yeah, I'm leafing through your film here. Which one is it? Catch of the Day. And I see that you worked with Kevin Van Hentenryck as well on that one, huh?
Oh, okay. So this is Catch of the Day has one of my greatest cameo collaborations. It's got John Carl from creator of the Ghoulies and director of Friday the 13th, Part 7.
Yeah. John Carl Beekler,
Yep. And Jimmy Duvall and Kevin Van Hendrick from Basket Case with me, all in the same scene. That's one of my favorite group collaborations. They were
that would have
really
blown
fun
my
to work
mind.
with. Yeah.
That definitely would have blown my mind.
It's like, wait, you got the guy that made the Ghoulies, Basket Case himself, because, you know, Belial is also Kevin.
Yep.
and the guy that helped save the world from aliens in Independence Day. All in the same scene.
That is pretty amazing.
Yeah.
And you also do a lot of acting too, just not in your own films. You've done a ton of other productions just over the last year. I'm looking, and you've been in like 6 or 7 features that are from this year alone.
Yeah, I've been in over 40 films. I've done some BuzzFeed videos and stuff like that. A few million views, no big deal. Like, whatever. People get excited when they see me on the streets of LA. Hey, you're that guy that makes terrible movies. And they kick me in the shit and run away.
That's pretty amazing. And so I also saw that it looks like you did some work with Trauma. So was that before you started doing your own films? Were you kind of cutting your teeth with Trauma a little bit?
Yeah, so I'd started making short films, and I was working at a comic book store, and they were selling The Toxic Avenger Part 2 in our used section, and somebody came by and was like, hey, did you know Trauma just, like, hires imps off the street? You should, like... And so
you were an imp.
I started working for Trauma, yeah. And then I was the Toxic Avenger in 6 DVD intros. So whenever you see hairy four-armed Toxie, that's me.
Oh, no shit. Wow.
Yeah.
So you had to put on that stinking mask, huh?
Yeah, actually, while we were at Rock and Shock, I had filmed a promo with Trauma
and
Tiffany Shepis as the Toxic Avenger.
I saw that.
Nice.
Yeah.
Still sticking to the roots.
Yeah, I'm still good friends with Lloyd, and Lloyd's in The Lich.
Yep.
And so...
Would you say that you looked up to someone like Lloyd Kaufman? I mean, clearly looking at your body of work and looking at what Trauma has done, there's definitely some a connection there between it. So would you say that Lloyd was an inspiration for you early on?
Oh, Lloyd was a total inspiration. You know what I mean? And I think it's funny because I was just taking out garbage for Trauma when I started. You know what I mean? So it's funny to see Lloyd at a convention where we're both guests, and Lloyd's just been so supportive this whole time.
Yeah.
And it's funny, he still wears the T-shirt from my first movie that he's in, Hack Job.
Nice.
He's actually wearing it in the Nukem High DVD behind the scenes extras. If you watch, he's wearing a Hack Job T-shirt. And he's like, James, I wore out that Hack Job shirt. You got to get me a new one.
That's amazing. Yeah. It just seems like, and just from knowing Trauma and Lloyd and what he does, he's a great, spokesperson for what he does. And, everyone loves Lloyd, or most people love Lloyd. I'm looking at you, Mars. And, I just feel like looking at that, it seems like you have a similar sort of style to Lloyd. Like he's a great self-promoter. And then when I look at you and I see that you're like a great promoter of your stuff, and I feel there's some synergy there. So it definitely makes sense to see that you had looked up to Lloyd and had worked with Trauma early on.
Oh yeah, Lloyd's a ham and I'm a ham. We're we're cut from the same roast.
Yeah, absolutely. No, it's really cool. I'm looking forward to checking out The Lich. Do you know what kind of release it's going to get?
It'll be available worldwide in December.
Cool. And is that on?
So yeah, check out acidbathproductions.com for all your updates. Follow me on Twitter at acidbathproduct, and find me on Facebook. I want to be your friends. I don't know if you guys know this, but I hooked up Guar and Ghoul on my first film, Hack Job, and they're still touring. And so actually tonight, I didn't realize we double booked, but Guar invited me to come see them tonight. So. Oh, guys, it's been a pleasure.
Yeah, absolutely.
But I gotta run. They're going on soon.
Well, James, we really appreciate you coming on. It's been a blast, and it was fun getting a chance to hang out with you at Rock and Shock. I'm sure we'll bump into you again sometime soon. So best of luck with The Lich and with everything else you do, and we'll definitely catch up again soon.
Guys, thanks so much.
All right, James.
It's been awesome.
Take care, bud.
Thank you.
Take it easy, guys. Thanks.
Bye. Bye.
Bye.
So I knew that James had an abbreviated appearance, but wanted to make sure we got in and got to talk to him about stuff. So
yeah, no, that was cool. I mean, Damn, he really throws himself out there, huh? I had no idea that he was that out there.
Out there?
Out there.
As far as like promoting himself?
Yeah, promoting himself and working. I mean, he keeps himself busy. There's no question about that, and that's always good.
Yeah.
And I'm trying to add him as a friend, and he won't take me as a friend because he has too many friends right now. So I tried, James. I tried. But
imagine somebody being motivated to make art.
And put himself out there.
What a weirdo.
Yeah.
Hey.
What a fucking concept.
And he's going to see Gwar tonight? That's fucking weird.
Yeah.
He's got a full plate.
As long as he's not opening for Gua, that's when things go horribly bad.
Yeah, you got shit thrown at you.
Yeah.
So, no, that was fun having James on. And he's, in other interviews I've heard, he has the character sort of going all the time. But I'm glad that he kind of opened up a little bit and had sort of like, James Balsamo.
Yeah, well, he's a friend in real life too.
Yeah, yeah.
We've been doing that convention for a few years.
Yeah.
We went and saw, he and I and Izzy
you
Lee
went to go see a movie.
went and saw whatever that fucking boring Guillermo del Toro movie was.
Crimson Peak. That's not boring.
Sorry, it's boring.
Lloyd.
Lloyd. But yeah, I've only I want to check more of James's stuff out, and it's definitely that schlocky stuff. It's in the vein of Trauma. I know, Mars. That's not really your bag, that stuff, but looking at his stuff, I mean, I like the way he kind of marries, film with music, and a lot of these. Older celebrities and stars, and he just likes kind of mixing it all up. He mentioned wrestlers. Nikolai Volkov's gonna be in his fucking movie.
I know what's that.
So say the same, so.
And with Cool as Hell too, like your boy MZ, Carmine Capabianco.
Yeah,
it's got Linnea Quigley in it.
I thought you were gonna have a gorgasm.
Yeah, I know.
I think I did.
It's got Debbie Rochon. It's got
nice.
Ricky Rackman.
Some of that.
It's got Schoolie D.
Really?
Yeah.
Schoolie D, really?
Yeah.
Schoolie D is the most inappropriate, by like a lot.
Wow.
The most inappropriate record in my collection.
Yeah.
It's got a song that the whole first verse is about that he gets high, and as he's watching Brady Bunch, it turns into a porno. And then he's got another song that's just Diamaker, him doing. He's just doing a filthy version of the Dolomite rap over Diamaker by Led Zeppelin.
Nice.
way down in the ghetto deep, the signifying rapper stepped on the lion's feet. And then it goes, that's all I can say without being ashamed. Okay. He drops the F-bomb right away. The lion drops the F-bomb.
I was wondering, because I remember you mentioned Schoolie D, and I saw him in the credits of
Guy's
James'
the fucking
film.
best.
Yeah.
Chiba on my brain. Went downtown, jumped a train.
And he mentioned he's got Brian Johnson and Ming Chen from Comic Book Men. Those are Kevin Smith's guys.
Yeah.
So it's pretty cool. Maybe who knows? Maybe one of these days. I just don't want to cover one of his movies and not like it.
Yeah.
So
instead of a house, they lived in a palace.
The way
Jam was fucking Mike, and Mike was fucking Alice.
I mean, I know I'm probably prejudging on this, but the way I see him in his films. I haven't seen any of his films, but if I want to, I'm gonna guess it might be on the idea of Beelzebub films. Now, I'm not the biggest fan of Beelzebub, but because his movies are shit, but this could be fun.
Okay.
You
mentioned Beelzebub before, right?
I have mentioned Beelzebub before, and his films are just.
Well, why don't you check out James's movie?
I'm going to.
I'm
definitely. No, I know, but I'm just mentioning it, to fill up time until you have something to say.
With your oh so important life.
Yeah.
See, that's why I get on Punch Farm and talk so much, because I'm so used to having to fucking fill up time so you don't embarrass our guests.
Oh yeah. But no, I'm definitely looking
I
forward to it.
suspect his movies are like somebody's movies who suck. Like, what are you saying?
No. But
You haven't seen
it's on the idea of that kind of independent filmmaking that I'm talking about, not really on the outright product.
I feel like if you like butt crack, you'll enjoy.
That's a great way to sell a film, I'll tell you.
I believe our good friend Kevin Smith. Good friend,
yeah.
My good buddy Kevin Smith. I believe our good buddy Kevin Crook and his band Paco is somehow affiliated with Bite School.
Oh yeah.
Is that so?
How about that?
Well, one thing's for sure, that was definitely our shortest interview.
I thought he was awesome.
Yeah.
I want to have him on.
Yeah, it was
again
fun. Yeah.
really
Yeah.
soon.
It's fun.
I feel that was shorter than the intro.
Yeah, I was kind of surprised that he took off so early, but hopefully we can have him back on.
he had something to do.
Yeah.
No, I know, but I mean, hopefully we can get him back on
Yeah.
at some point.
He should be
Gave you
tied for
time
all
to
this
put him.
stuff.
Gave you time to put him down before.
Well, next time I'll put his films down.
Yeah.
Maybe next time you could throw in a pun or two.
Yeah.
A little dry. I don't know.
I'm looking forward to seeing his films. I really want to. I mean, especially just based on the artwork, man. I'm kind of like drawn to it.
I gotta say, like, I mean, the dude's fucking like doing it. Like, we hear all the time, like, oh, like I can't get this going, I can't do this. You're waiting for my next project. Like, this dude keeps fucking
and he's
doing
making all these opportunities himself.
Right.
That's very
Right.
that's very important. So
Yeah.
for that's the thing. Like, everybody is waiting for this perfect time to write, this perfect time to direct. Like, just this is proof positive. Like, he's doing it. He's making it, and he seems to be, just going off his personality. He's making the films that he wants to make too. So the only thing that's stopping you guys in the world who want to do stuff is you. Like, look at perfect example. Cecil just pretty much woke up that day and said he was going to do a podcast. And there it is. Like, no one is stopping you. Like, the world is, and look at it this way. Like, it's going to be easy on the other side of things like net neutrality. It's going to be easier for us to sell our stuff and have our podcast because we're already an entity. It's going to be harder and harder. Like, the world is getting harder. And it's going to get harder for art to exist because the money isn't going to be there, either as a consumer thing or as a producer thing. So, right now, it's still kind of the Wild West. You can get out there and you can make your stuff. Go do it.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's definitely an inspiration. James is definitely an inspiration. I mean, the dude has his joke book is funny. He's got movies out there, and he's just doing it. So it's awesome. So
his mummy joke was fucking amazing.
Yeah, Tutankhamun.
Aries, when I just want to make sure that I'm understanding your body language properly. When I asked you for some whiskey and you put the cap on and put it under the table, does that mean no? Just want to make sure I understand properly.
I think he moved it farther away.
Yeah.
No, it's in the same spot.
No. Is that a no?
Within my arm's reach.
Whoa.
What am I supposed to do? Open your mouth and I pour it in.
I could get I could get a cup.
Whoa.
Why, you only have one cup?
Yes. I have one cup.
2 Deadites, 1 cup.
Yeah, there's a cup right there.
2 guys, 1 cup.
That's not my cup.
Well, can I?
Wowzers. It is Thanksgiving.
It's true.
Yeah.
We should all have
It's
a
a
shot.
time of
It's
thanks.
not-
And it's
You
time of
gotta
giving.
drive far away and drive
It's
me.
not Thanksgiving. It's 50 minutes away.
I want you to know that I can have a drink every once in a while because I've drank responsibly
Okay.
the entire running time of the show.
Yeah. How many fingers you want?
Wow.
Oh, he
Go for 4.
He ain't that fucked up yet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How many will it
All
take for
depend-
Raven Shadow's mom to call? Knock it off, Aries. He said 2 knuckles.
Leanna says, I've never seen a Herschel Gordon Lewis movie.
Oh, you're missing out.
And she said, I've never seen Lloyd's movies either.
Oh.
You are not missing
You are
out.
truly missing out.
Just see Toxic Avenger.
Yeah,
You'll be
just
fine.
stop.
And she said, hey, Crimson Peak was a lovely film. And I agree, Mars.
That it was boring?
Crimson Peak's awesome.
All right, listen.
Uh-oh.
Herschel Gordon Lewis films, you can always, the best way to go. His best film is 2000 Maniacs. Fantastic, just B grade filmmaking. Loads of gore. There's some horrible dubbing in it, and it's just a fun. It's a party movie, really. It's an outrageous, fun movie. That and Blood Feast, but I would pick 2000 Maniacs over Blood Feast.
I prefer 10,000 Maniacs. It's just what I am.
I prefer Blood Pigs.
He's a big Natalie Merchant.
Yeah, I guess so. Right.
I'm tired of excuses everybody's making Monster Zero.
Really? I make a bad pun and everyone just misses it?
No, I liked it.
Yeah, it was good. It was good. The Maniac thing.
I am.
No.
It's what I am.
The what I am.
Isn't that, I think that's.
that was good.
Yeah.
I think that's Edie Brickell, though.
Yeah,
isn't
because
it?
it's
it's Edie
wrong.
Brickell.
That's wrong. That's why.
Yeah, that's why nobody got it.
We were trying to help you.
Yeah.
My
I'm not-
apologies.
You sang it all the time. No, you sang.
No, I sang Four Non Blonde.
That's right. That's right. I was confused. See what happens.
And Trauma. I mean, you could go for the Lloyd's early stuff like Toxic Avenger, Class of Nukem High. You could also go with Loose Screws. What else? Or you could go with some of the more outrageous shit that he's been putting out lately over the past 17 years. Say like Terra Firma, Toxic Avenger 4, Poultrygeist. That is just unbelievable. That 2 hours of just a huge party movie. And it's amazing what he's able to do with the budget that he has and the talent that he has to do it. It's incredible.
I just want to. What's your definition of party movie?
No one's there.
No,
You're by yourself.
No, wait,
I
got it.
I'm-
I got it.
I'm just.
It's being in front of a TV on a Friday night with a bag of chips, a 2-liter soda, cheese dip, Slim Jims, and 3 to 4 movies.
That's right.
Okay. No, I wasn't trying to. I wasn't. I was just looking for.
No.
I got it exactly, didn't I, MZ?
No, that's what I did.
I know. I got it exact,
yeah,
right?
Yeah. Pretty much, yeah.
Okay, no, I wasn't trying to be a prick or anything. I was just looking for clarification.
Oh no. Well,
He's not
a party
trying to be a prick. He just is.
A party. A party
Yeah,
movie is just it's a movie that's really wild and entertaining, loaded with either B grade action or just top notch, just dirty comedy, TNA, that whole sort
The kind
of
of
thing.
flick, it's like you have like 2 people on the couch watching it, people at a bar, people coming upstairs. And every time you walk into a room, something outrageous happens.
Yeah.
Listen.
I mean, like you could walk into any point into the film and just have a ball with it.
Or if you're in another room, you hear laughter, you come downstairs, check it out.
Yeah.
My party movies, Miami Connection,
Yes.
There you go.
Raw Force,
Okay.
the Spookies.
But there's not really a party going on in them.
No. But like when I have people over, like how many times have you been over and I put the Spookies on? Well, I feel like I put it on. All
I think
the
just
time.
once.
Every time I come over, you put on wrestling.
Yeah.
That's because I invite
is
you over to
wrestling a
watch
party
wrestling.
movie?
What do you want? What do you think is gonna happen when I invite? Hey, do you want to come watch WrestleMania? I don't know. It's weird. I showed up and he was watching WrestleMania.
No. I just you just put on wrestling. It's just you got to check out this match. And 5 matches later.
Well, it's we go down that Kenny Omega rabbit hole. You can't stop. I showed him Kenny Omega and Okada last time he was over.
The 60-minute one?
The
first one?
The G1 Climax.
Oh,
one.
third one. Okay.
Yeah, the one that was
Did you say G1 Climax?
Glee 1 Climax.
Yes.
Yes, it's
G1
the name of a
Climax.
tournament.
Yes.
That's a hell of an ending.
That's
Yes, it's the Jane Lynch Invitational.
it ain't the fucking ring that explodes.
That's
Ray Michelle's mom calls in the middle of the tournament.
Turn it off. Turn it off.
She calls mid-tourney.
Ishii. Stop headbutting.
Mid grapple.
I gotta ask, what gave you away?
I think it
The
was the
grunting and the moaning? the pounding?
Yeah, yeah.
The
You didn't know you were gonna get caught like jackhammering a.
I thought I was in stealth mode. I thought it was. Yeah. I thought I was like.
So it wasn't like her cries of passion. It was just like the.
No, it might have
It was just her cries.
She could have been reading a book.
It was her cries of "Put it in."
That's
You're like, it is. It is.
We tried. What the fuck?
She's like, is it in? Is it in? He's like, I can't tell.
It was a tip off.
Whoa, what about the tip off?
No, it was very exciting.
Do I know that girl?
Yeah.
Yeah, he said.
Yeah. The first part is crazy.
No, I actually do know that girl. Yeah.
Yeah.
And he's not exaggerating.
Yeah.
I think my mom called once too. Get off Raven Shadow.
That was exciting. Yeah, that was weird. We never spoke of it. That was weird. We never spoke of it after that.
Weren't you like why was she bothered? Like she was just afraid you getting smacked?
No. I think because she was been downstairs watching TV with my old man, and also too keep in mind my dad and I we hadn't spoken in 3 years at that point. So like I'm sure like it was sticking in his craw.
Yeah, you were getting some action. He wasn't.
Yeah.
Well, it's also the idea of that your child is upstairs having sex while you're below him.
Yeah.
Below him?
Whoa, what?
Whoa. No, below, ain't even on the floor. Don't be crass.
Jeez.
Well,
I mean, I realize that I'm the only one in here with a child, so
Retired.
What did you just say?
Retired.
Retired.
He's a retired dad.
Yeah,
Get the whiskey out of your ears.
to be fair, I thought he said what you thought he said too.
I didn't say that.
It's like someone's gonna get a backhand.
You get more than a phone call, motherfucker.
I don't know if you're talking about me or my kid, but you're getting a fucking backhand.
I'm saying I'm retired.
I was like, Jesus, that was totally unsolicited.
I ain't even been drinking. But no, I think to be fair, if I was hearing it, I wouldn't have made a phone call, and you either, you know.
Doesn't your son lives with a lady though, doesn't he?
It's called mom.
No.
No, they have different apartments.
Come on.
That you know of.
But you know what? If it was happening in my house, it would be a different story.
Yeah.
You wouldn't high five him on the way out?
Jesus.
Well, look at it this way, Ray.
Have a child and then talk to me.
I probably do have a child.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Huh?
Yes, MZ.
Well, Raven Shadow, I mean, think about it. I mean, what would you rather have your mother doing? Would you? I mean, if she was going to interrupt you in mid-coitus,
Yes.
would you rather have her knocking on the door, or would you rather have her listening outside the door, going,
What the fuck?
What
wrong?
the-
My God.
It's fucking Thanksgiving tomorrow.
Weird.
What
You're
the
a
fuck
weird.
is going on here?
You are a weird dude.
what?
What?
Well, it's fair to say I wouldn't want that. I wouldn't want what you just did. I wouldn't enjoy that.
God.
Wow.
Do that again?
Yeah, do it again.
Don't do that again. Why do you even think that stuff?
Here's a reason to not watch the live feed. What that just happened.
Why don't you think of that stuff?
Because as fucked up and terrible as I am, I'm not that fucked up and terrible.
Well, I am, and I'm funny too. So how do you like that?
I'm not sure.
Funny looking.
Well, the point, there was a time also.
Just like that.
What?
No, I'm sighing.
Oh, okay.
Jesus Christ.
You know what? I'd hate to see your browser history. No,
Let's take a look.
No, hate. No,
No, let's take a
That's-
look.
oh.
Let's take a look.
Browser.
I do not want to hear your
Kevin
browser
Phillips. That's what I looked up.
history. That's all? That's the only thing there?
That's all I got on there.
All right, let me catch up in the chat room. First time Mike says, I like Trauma to a point, though I love Debbie Rochon and Tiffany Shepis. Oily Maniac says, I can watch Toxic Avenger, not a fan of most of Trauma's in-house productions.
Yes.
Cecil says, Toxic Crusaders, toxic.
I loved the Toxic Crusaders cartoon, though. I watched all of them.
First time Mike says, Bill Zebulon is very much an acquired taste. Bosch says, there's a market for movies you watch with friends over drinks at a party.
Yes.
Which we were just kind of discussing a little bit. Let's see. Cecil says, rest in peace, Herschel.
Yes.
And Corny says, don't kid yourself, MZ. You just now got around to watch The Lost Boys 2 weeks ago. I don't know what that was a reference to, but something.
By Weird Science.
No. Leanna says, Aries, you're just Oscar the Grouch.
Yes, he is.
It's 10
Why
minutes ago.
is he Oscar the Grouch?
Because he's grouchy.
I can't argue with that, but I'm curious as to what sparked that.
Yeah.
Well, it was 12 minutes ago. Julie says, dude is living the dream, making weird stuff with strange people. Talking about James Balsamo.
What's that one?
No, it's just a picture of Aries.
Yeah, was that just sent to you?
Apparently, yeah.
Cecil says, Mars, you rock. I love a quick turnaround.
Ooh. It's a little weird that he's sending just photos of me to you.
Welcome back, Harris.
Also, Leanna says, do you know the net neutrality plan isn't set in stone? Yes, we do. But if Republicans have their way, it will
It's
be.
looking bad
Yeah,
from what
it's
I've
not
been-
looking good right now.
Yeah.
But
you have to realize,
hopefully
too,
we can do something.
if you really want to know what's going on in the United States, listen to like BBC News because A, it's in this a similar language to what we speak, and B, you have to realize that with something like this net neutrality thing, all these networks and all these media companies are who owns the news you're getting. So
Right,
they're not
right,
gonna,
right.
yeah, they're not, you're not gonna get the straight
Yeah,
skinny from them,
Which
They
is
don't-
why you're not fucking hearing about it. That's
Right.
why people have to shout it out from the, from the fucking internet because you're not going to hear about it on news. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
First time Mike says Raw Force is fucking amazing.
It's great.
Yes, it is.
Cecil says party movies, Winter Light, Mirror, Tarkovsky's, of course, Dr. Zhivago, and Hoop Dreams.
Who said
You
that?
got some weird parties, Cecil.
You got some fucked up friends, man.
Yeah.
And he says Ken Burns is good for parties too.
These all let you know.
Oh
my
yes,
IMDb
those
ahead
9-hour
of time.
documentaries, man. Those will last you all night.
Or at least
That's 9 hours, yeah.
Leanna added, they're going to vote on net neutrality in 3 weeks, and senators are already being inundated with calls. It's not set in stone. Yes, they are being inundated with calls, but there's so much money behind backing this. It's all these huge conglomerates that want this to go through. So it's going to be tough to defeat. I hope we can fucking defeat it. I hope beyond hope that we can, but I don't have... there's very little hope. But I hope we can. Cecil says, if you're making a film and your crew can't sit through Stalker, just don't make the movie. I'm not familiar with Stalker. Oily says, come and see another fine party film. And Julie asks, is Greasy Strangler a good party movie?
No.
I wouldn't list it as a party movie.
But you could the right people.
Julie Meow Meow says, oh my God, I could have lived without seeing that mimed by MZ.
See? Fucking disgusting, wasn't it?
Yeah.
That's fucking bloody disgusting right there.
First time Mike says, MZ's party film, Salo, 120 Days of Sodom.
Yeah. That was a weird Easter.
That is a party film.
Jesus Christ.
No, it's not.
Sure
Nazi
it is.
Yeah,
party.
the Nazi pop.
Thank you. We got so fucking unified.
All right.
Right now,
Get the fuck
Give me that
away from me.
anti.
Guys, we got a Raven J. This was during the interview, so I wasn't able to. It was a good one. It was a good one. All right, let me get this one ready. Oh, Raven J.
What's
But-
that from?
What's it from?
Yeah.
What do you mean? It's Raven J.
That's true.
It's a drawing.
Oh, okay.
Don't you know you when you see you?
As
true, yeah.
as accurate as it is, it's not a photo.
You better give me some more whiskey because you've had enough.
Yeah. I'll hold on to it.
Does anyone have to work tomorrow?
No, baby.
Nope.
I got a fucking 5
Actually, might have lost my job this week because I'm supposed to call on Monday to find out when I work, and I woke up today and realized that I never called.
There's Raven Shadow saying technology everywhere.
Is that his cell phone on the table there?
Yeah, yeah.
What is
That looks like a flip phone.
That's a flip phone.
Yeah.
flip phone?
That's my next tattoo.
What's that weird angle on his leg there? What is that?
It's vibing, dude.
First you critique Johnny how he does the podcast, and now you critique Raven J's.
No,
Let's
no,
see
I'm
you
just-
do
Yeah.
fucking something.
Then you
What'd you
said
make?
James's movies were like somebody's movies who suck.
No.
Yeah, when did you become the big fucking critic?
You'd be surprised.
Not
yes,
in the big
you
part.
surprise us, please.
One time.
All right, we got another one. Holy,
Holy
shit!
That's
Wow.
That's a fucking World of Warcraft right there.
Holy shit, Aries.
Wow.
It's like Hagar the Horrible.
That's great.
Wow.
I want to see. I want that image of Ares the Barbarian with like MZ laid down in front of him like a Frazetta painting, with his hooves.
Aries has a nice.
With his hooves.
Aries has a nice rack in this picture, though.
I want to know what sparked that.
Those are sidewinders.
Yeah.
I want to know what sparked that image.
I want to sit in your lap here and talk about Christmas.
The funny thing is, while we're doing this, whenever Raven J sends us stuff, I almost always forget what it's in reference to because we've already moved past it. It's different being on this side of the conversation as opposed to listening to it. I think you know. So it's always interesting that something sparks it and I don't always get it, and then he says it, and I'm like, oh yeah.
Yeah, for those not
Funny
watching,
that he's shirtless,
It's barbarian Ares with a throne with a skull on it and two beautiful elf lovelies flanking.
I didn't see the other one.
You see the ears?
No. The other one.
Well, it's not finished.
Yeah. She's not as dark.
Holding on to a huge ass scimitar.
Yeah.
That's not a scimitar. It's a fucking sword. Dude.
That's a broadsword.
Yeah, it's a broadsword.
It's a
Broadsword. And
holding a broadsword with two broads.
Oh, Jesus.
Sorry, was that sexist?
I don't know. Can you call it a broadsword anymore? It's a person sword. Okay.
It's a person of the female persuasion sword.
It's outrageous. It's fucking good.
That is fucking great, Raven J.
It's pretty good.
All right, let's take a quick break because we talked to James. What?
No.
That's not the way
I always fucking complaining.
That's not the way I would produce it.
You know what? We're gonna take a break. You can figure your clit all you want.
Whoa!
Jesus
I'm
Christ.
not complaining.
Aries,
I was just sighing because
no, that wasn't
my
a sigh.
sides. No, because right here, my ribs.
Hit him! Get him!
No, my ribs are hurting from laughing so hard.
The floating ribs.
Yeah.
Jesus. All right. Well, we're gonna take a break. We're gonna come back.
Oh, this sucks.
And we got some voicemail.
This isn't how I would do voicemail.
I'm so tired. I have to get up late tomorrow. This is ridiculous.
I have to get up late tomorrow.
I would only do voicemail once every 9 years.
All right, we'll be back in just a few moments.
The following message is a paid advertisement for the Cult of Muscle podcast. The Cult of Muscle. You're either in it or you're dead.
It's the dawning of a new age. The halls of Valhalla have been shuttered. The heroes of yore have either retreated to the shadows or taken to capering for the amusement of the small folk. Their past glories a distant memory. The barbells have been torn from their once puma-strong grips. The beards shorn from their square jaws, only to be transplanted onto flannel-clad, puny weaklings with fingers barely powerful enough to strum a ukulele. The time has come, my brothers, to restore order from the chaos. No longer will our heroes be forgotten. No longer will their great deeds be viewed through a foggy lens of irony. Hear now our rallying cry as we scream it from the mountaintops, as we bellow it from iTunes and Libsyn and Facebook. It's time to join the cult, my brothers. So don your cloaks and enter the Cult of Muscle.
Hey, you matzo heads. This is Larry Fine, and you're listening to Trick or Treat Radio.
Oh, delicious nerds. Ms. M knows you like to chat it up with other sexy shut-ins about comics, movies, video games, and your favorite TV shows. If that sounds like you, cuddle up to the Trick or Treat Radio Facebook group, or the FIB. That stands for Fan Interaction Board. Just go to Facebook and search for Trick or Treat Radio and have more fun than a Jedi at a lightsaber sale. Not enough? Watch us on YouTube, The Deadites TV, all one word. Last but not least, check out the world's most dangerous talk radio show, Trick or Treat Radio, at trickortreatradio.com.
Hello, this is the Sasquatch, aka Bigfoot, but you can just call me Frank. And when I'm not stomping around the woods throwing rocks at hunters, I like to listen to the Paranormal Punchers podcast. That's right, Paranormal Punchers. They talk about all things paranormal, and they're hilarious. Go find them on iTunes, Stitcher Radio, Google Play, and ParanormalPunches.com.
All right, we're back on Trick or Treat Radio. Just pulled out the DVD catch of the day that James Balsamo had given to us, and MZ's going to go check it out.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to this. Actually, you know, when I'm looking at the cover of that, and I'm like, that's one of the more tame covers for his films. I mean, because usually I don't know who does the artwork for the commission, but the artwork's pretty wild. It's very vibrant and colorful, and there's a lot going on. So, but this one's a little bit more laid back. So
it's Catch of the Day, and it stars obviously James Balsamo, Jason Mewes, Jake the Snake Roberts, Jasmine St. Clair, Jimmy Duvall.
Mm-hmm.
On the back, I think that is Phil Anselmo, maybe?
The real show's going on downstairs.
Yeah, it's great.
Michael Ravenshaw's wearing a Fox News shirt.
And features music by MXPX, Less Than Jake, Protest the Hero, Skeleton Witch, Escape the Fate, Blood-Sucking Zombies from Outer Space, Here Come the Mummies, and more. So MZ's going to check it out.
Yeah.
Come back and let us know what you think.
I shall. I'm looking forward to it already. And this is the unrated version.
Ooh.
And before those guys can out me, I juxtaposed Rupert Everett and Rupert Murdoch a few minutes ago.
Rupert Everett. How'd that song go? Rupert Everett.
That's like the LeVar Ball, LeVar Burton thing.
Oh, God, that's so bad, huh?
So,
I feel bad for that dude.
I know, right?
In the chat room, Julie just said what Monza Zero did is no worse than some of the things she's seen Blue Demon do. So
it's true.
Yeah,
Blue Demon's a menace to himself and to others.
Julie reminded me the other day that there was a time when you were interviewing Blue Demon, and apparently he was having pregnancy pains.
Holy shit! I remember that.
I don't actually. It's
I do.
But
I still have nightmares about it.
All right, we got some feedback to get to, and I didn't prepare it yet, so I'm going to be doing that in just a moment. All right, you know what? We got an email. Let's go to the email first. I'll read that. And it is from our boy Oily Maniac.
Love you.
And he says, favorite schlock. You asked his second favorite schlock film, Humanoids from the Deep.
Mm-hmm.
His favorite schlock film, Pieces.
Yeah.
Poster right there.
Yeah. Yeah, Pieces is great, man. Humanoids from the Deep is good too, man.
Yeah, those are
stellar choices.
Those are good. I've actually never seen Pieces, MZ. I know you have it.
Whoa.
Maybe I'll just check it out sometime.
Dude, you're gonna have to. Pieces is awesome.
I know. I got to see it.
I mean, I remember watching it one time. I bought the DVD. I bought it and I watched it one time, and I thought it was okay. Then I ignored it for about 10 years.
Didn't we do a giveaway for an extra one?
Yes, we did, and I think Slagoth won it.
Yeah, you might be right.
And then I stopped watching it for like 9 or 10 years, and then I felt like, oh, well, I'll just throw it back in and see, maybe it might grow on me. And now I can't stop watching it. That was like 4 years ago.
This
And
is
now
Pieces you're
yeah,
talking about?
yeah, and now I can't stop watching it. Every time I watch it, there's something more outrageous shit going on in that movie.
Would you call Psychos in Love schlock?
Sure.
Yeah.
Schlock with heart.
You know, can I tell you what the most disappointing schlock I ever got
You
in my
ever
life
schlocked?
was?
What?
Like, I was so excited to see this movie, and I finally found somewhere to rent it and watched it, and it was like, there's nothing worse than when schlock doesn't have the heart, right? And it just doesn't work, you know?
Yep.
Fat guy goes nutsoid.
Oh, yeah.
There is nothing in that film that fat guy does that can be construed as nutsoid.
Yeah, no. No, that's not a good flick.
No.
No.
So that's one of the questions. So we'll be seeing some additional voicemails about schlock. If you're not familiar with the term schlock, I guess it's more or less sort of low budget kind of trash films, and I mean that adoringly. I mean that in the nicest possible way. But a film that it's not a big budget film. It's not made incredibly well, but it's made with heart, and passion, and it's entertaining. Would you guys say that's a decent?
Oh yes, that's exactly what it is.
Okay.
And with a bit of comedy, like
yeah. Usually they are comedy. Yep.
Like I think the crown jewel of schlock, something that is so good it like borders the line between almost not being schlock, is Bad Taste.
Oh yeah, for sure, sure. That's a good one. Yeah, I'll be interested to see if anyone actually chooses that.
I want to cover. That's on. There's a list of movie songs that I want to do, and that's on there. It's only 2 songs long, so if anybody has any ideas,
yeah.
It's Bad Taste, and the song that the girl does the robot to in Friday the 13th Part 5.
Oh, His Eyes by Pseudo Echo.
Yep.
Oh yeah, that song's great.
His eyes. There's a man with no life in his eyes. And then I want Donna Matrix to do the robot on stage in that outfit.
The rabbit.
Do you know that girl in the original cut of that got stabbed in the brrr?
Yep.
That's how fake Jason killed her?
Mm-hmm.
Holy shit. I can't believe they tried that.
Hey, spoilers.
What? Well, she didn't get stabbed there, so.
Fake Jason. Spoilers.
Huh?
Spoilers.
The movie's been out for 32 years. What are you?
I'm a little behind.
Yeah.
You have a huge behind. What are you talking about?
All right. So, Julie says rock and schlock. I think, did we actually use that for a...
I don't remember.
It was a mistake. It was.
She's really smart.
Oh, we never used that as an episode title, but someone said
no.
rock and schlock.
She's really smart.
Yeah,
though.
it ended up with Rover. It was the Rover Jerks.
Rover Jerks and rock and
And
schlock.
Lost Boys.
And it was coming
And
to
last,
Rock and Schlock.
and Last Boys.
Yeah.
See the Last Boys.
Yeah.
She's a smart lady.
All right, so
Julie says P says yes, a little slow but great bits.
I see what you did there.
Pieces.
even has the great Paul L. Smith in it as he plays a great red herring as Willard, and those in the know would know that he also played Bluto in the movie Popeye.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
Go fuck yourself. All right.
And he was the other exterminator in the Crime Wave.
Crime Wave, right?
But in Crime Wave, he was voiced by the Crusher.
That's right.
And wait, you seen Popeye?
Who hasn't?
Popeye's what sent him on this fucking road of debauchery that he's on today.
Yeah, Popeye is why he's here right now.
Yep.
He was conceived during Popeye.
No. although Robin Williams is like mid movie. And what are you doing? What are you doing down there?
Knock it off.
Do you know what?
Knock it off down there.
Do you know what? Like really, like almost like profited words were said right after Monster Zero was conceived. That wasn't my ass.
All right, so let's head to some voicemail. We got a trio from Leanna. So let's start it off with part one, and we'll kind of like go through some others and weave our way in and out. But let's hear first from Leanna. Nice. Oh shit! I had to pause. Sorry. When I was watching the movie, I had to pause. So here we go again.
Hi guys, it's me. It's Leanna. I'm sorry I wasn't able to talk or even watch your show last week. It's
How
because
dare you?
my charger got fucked up, so I'm sharing a charger with my brother, and I didn't want to waste a lot of battery, so I hope I can catch this week.
It's acceptable.
But in any case, in case I don't, I'll respond to your question, and I'll read the poem for the week. So the poem this week is Nocturne by Lai Young Lee. That scraping of iron on iron when the wind rises. What is it? Something the wind won't quit with, but drags back and forth. Sometimes faint, far, then suddenly close, just beyond the screen door, as if someone there squats in the dark, honing his wares against my threshold. Half steel wire, half metal wing, nothing and anything might make this noise of saws and rasps, a creaking and groaning of bone growth or body death, marriages of rust, or ore abraded. Tonight, something bows that should not bend. Something stiffens that should slide. Something loose and not right rakes or forges itself all night.
That was creepy, MZ. Come on.
Really? Are you
Jeez.
kidding me?
All right, stop it in there.
Jesus, dude.
Thank you.
That was very nice, Leanna.
No, I enjoy her poetry. I sit back
Apparently
and I
a little
enjoy
too
it.
much.
Yeah, yeah, no kidding. You're like,
Ruin everything.
Jesus.
Do you need a tissue?
Yeah.
We're sorry.
You got
Thank
one?
you for
Oh
that.
wait,
Do you
no,
need-
here's a bunch
You
right
need
here.
a cup too?
Yeah, so you already used one.
2 balls, 1 cup.
Your balls won't fit in there.
That was very nice. We're sorry for Monster.
Yeah,
Jam.
we're sorry,
Yeah.
Leanna. She said, "Do not masturbate to my voice." Oh man.
Oh, there you go.
I'll second that. Don't
Yeah,
masturbate to her voice.
Yeah.
Do not do the masturbates. Jesus
Please stop
Christ.
together.
He took his headphones off.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Is that what you got to do? Oh, okay. You put them back
no,
on.
I just had to.
Oh man.
On the bright side, if you were gonna and she did a 2-minute poem, you could finish 4 times.
No,
Thank
three
you.
and a half. You'd have to
3 and
rub
a
some
half.
ice on it.
Yeah, get me a steak.
That's a movie reference.
All right. Oh my God. Where are we
mistake.
going? What is going on?
We
Thank
need to
you.
go.
It was very nice.
We're gonna end this show right now.
I miss the old days when we were rushing to go see Flock, so this night's show was like 2 minutes long.
Oh, they had plans
It's like,
tonight.
welcome to Trick or Treat Radio. Remember, children.
No, I don't think we've ever had an episode shorter than like 90 minutes.
That's
And
not
that
true.
was like the first couple episodes. It quickly got over 2 hours, and then over 3, and then 4.
And some over almost.
Whoa,
5.
Aries is taking his shirt off. Yeah.
Nice haircut.
Not so cold in here now, is it?
What's his shirt say? Expendable?
Oh, it's a-
Oh, I get it. Okay. I see the font and the red shirt. I get
Is
it.
that? I can't read that from here. Is that Dutch for C cup?
Wow.
Crickets.
High pot.
Did you say high pop?
I said high pot.
Oh.
He's got pot.
Are you gonna smoke me later? What are you talking about?
Oh, wait. I'm like 2 minutes late.
First of all, I'm a good D cup. So
All right. We haven't heard from him in a couple weeks. Let's hear from our boy, Arkham Josh.
Hey.
Hey, Trick or Treat Radio guys, it's Josh from the Arkham Film Society here.
Miss you, buddy.
I know it's been a while since I called in. Things have been busy. Unfortunately, I did not get to watch this week's film, but I did just want to send in a message saying, hey, I hope everything's going well, and I hope all you guys have a good Thanksgiving, and that I'll kind of get back into the swing of things and get back to reviewing the films shortly and such. So yeah, and great interview last week. That was a lot of fun to listen
Oh,
to.
thanks, man.
So keep up the great job. I just wanted to say hi and hope you're all doing well. All right, bye bye.
Awesome, Josh. And you know what? I'm throwing an invite out to you. If you have a Wednesday towards the middle or end of December, let us know. Because December's going to be fun. We already have 2 guests booked. We're not going to talk about them just yet. We'll wait till the week before. But we got 2 guests booked for December. And since we do new guests November, December seems to be, we kind of reconnect with friends. Seems to be the way it is. Around the holidays, people tend to do that, right?
Speaking of which, I got to talk to you off the air, Johnny, about something like that.
Well, talk to me on the air.
Friends.
Somebody who wants to make an appearance.
All right, we'll talk about it off the air then. Jeez.
You just fucking told me to fucking... What the fuck?
I'm just kidding. Yeah,
Right.
That's better. It's better off the air.
Yeah.
So we'll talk about it. But yeah, so we and also December Cram Jam.
Yeah.
December double feature Cram Jam. Raven Shadow's least favorite month of the year.
Oh fuck.
So I'm gonna watch 2 movies a week.
No, I'm excited now. I'm on a good stretch.
I love how Raven Shadow, after all these years, hasn't figured out that we usually book this shit way ahead of time. And like the week before, he's like, "Hey, I got somebody to come on."
I wanted to try to get all of December booked, and it's almost there. So
Twice the
Close.
movies, twice the disappointment.
Jesus. All right.
Wow, you're a negative Nelly.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you.
All right, we got 2 from.
What the hell? It's Thanksgiving.
We got 2 from our boy First Time Mike. Let's check out number 1.
What's up, Trick or Treat family? This is First Time Mike.
buddy.
I hope everybody is well this night before Thanksgiving. Like to talk about some of my favorite schlocky movies. I live in an age today where if I want to, I can watch schlock television and movies 24/7 with Amazon Prime and Shudder and Netflix and just a couple good word searches in YouTube, and I am in schlock heaven. For me, schlock movie is a good, fun, cheap movie. I'm not a huge fan of trauma films. I have respect for trauma films, but they're a little bit too, maybe extreme for me. I don't know what's a good word for it, but it's just a little bit of there's a little bit too much silliness in the mix for me for trauma films. But I mean, I love movies like Trauma has some movies like Frostbite or Legend of the Wendigo from 1990. It's a ridiculous movie with corpses and stop motion animation and people, they're white people, but they're dressed up like Indians, and it's just all sorts of stupid, crazy. But I love that type of I love that type of movie. It's ridiculous. Or The Deadly Spawn, I think from 1981 or 83.
Yeah.
Bloody, gory, heads getting ripped off, and it's a dummy shot, but it's just still a fun movie because the creativity is there, the passion is there. It's the same reason why I like some of the 1990s stuff, shot on video stuff by people like Todd Sheets, because even though it's kind of bad, they're still they're trying their hardest out. They're having fun. It's all sorts of pig guts everywhere or whatever it is, or beef, but you cannot in low budget films, zombie films from like the 80s and 90s, there's no way you can possibly have that many organs, but they're just pulling them out, and it's fun. Another shot, I think there's that slot quotient, that cheapness or oddness quotient that makes me like Italian rip-off movies so much. The 20 post-apocalyptic movies that came off of Escape from New York and Mad Max. There's just a tone, or else some of the Rambo rip-offs.
Black Cobra.
Like one, I think Gentleman's Guide to Cinema had Thunder. I think it was Thunder with Mark Gregory,
Yeah,
with
Thunder
just
Will
the
Never
perfectly
Die.
permed hair, the guy that played Trash in 1990 Bronx Warriors. There's just it's set in America, but there's just something off and just something different about it that it draws you in with this cheapness and oddness. Anything written by Claudio Fragasso is a good schlock film to watch. It might be long and not and kind of detrimental to your health, but there's just that sort of weirdness that I love in a movie. So that's my rambling discussion about schlock, and that's all I have today. I'm sending my Thanksgiving wishes separate, but this is first time Mike just wants to tell you that this voicemail was filmed before a live studio audience. Up next, Michael Ravenshadow smokes butts and solves mysteries in Ravenshadow PI. Coming soon on most of these Trick or Treat radio stations channels.
I love that show.
This is Trick or Treat Radio. Good night.
That was awesome.
That's good choices.
Thank you, FTM, and happy birthday again.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, happy birthday, FTM.
Hey, Frank Zappa has an awesome song about schlocky movies that I love called Cheapness. I highly recommend. The Roxy and Elsewhere version has him giving a little monologue at the beginning of what he likes in a kind of a cheap monster movie. It's good.
Very cool. Some great selections there first time, Mike. Thank you, man. We are going to hear from him again. But before then, let's hear from Leanna again.
Ooh.
Hi again, guys. First of all, I'd like to say I hope you have a good holiday season. Celebrating the genocide of Native Americans aside tomorrow. I hope that none of your family members are Trump supporters, or that you have to deal with any family shit, or that you have any toxic relationships in your family. I hope you guys are good. That aside, the question this week was, what is your favorite schlocky movie? You're probably going to be hearing a lot of stuff like Bad Taste or Killer Clowns from Outer Space, but I guess I'm going to go with another really popular one, say John Carpenter's They Live. God, I love that movie. I love it. It's so great. I mean, you guys all know the great and funny moments, like the fight that will never end, the two sunglasses. I have come here to chew bubblegum and kick ass, and I'm all out of bubblegum. All that's great, but, well, number one, John Carpenter is one of my favorite directors, I think. I very rarely find a movie of his that I hate. And sure, he's made some real stinkers, but when he's good, he's so good, and I think he's really good here. Two, it's a movie that still, I think that resonates more and more as time goes on, especially in this capitalist hellhole we're living in right now with Trump as president. So there's that. The actors are charismatic, especially Rowdy Rod Piper. And I just the entire, I'm sorry, I failed. I'm not great at thinking right now, but John Carpenter is just so good at creating worlds, I think. Just creating whole worlds and environments, and it shows here, just the design of those aliens, first of all, is creepy but awesome. The idea of all this subliminal messaging is you can say that it's too overdone in this movie, but I don't know. I just think it's executed so well and so memorably that it works. And I guess it's considered schlock because it's low budget and it's not a fucking masterpiece. It's definitely a B movie, but
it is a masterpiece.
It's a really good one. And if any of you have not seen it out there, listeners, you really should.
It is a masterpiece.
I do think it's a masterpiece.
Oh,
as
yeah,
well.
agreed.
Almost
absolutely.
It's near perfect filmmaking.
And I truly do think that the distinction of kind of, I mean, there's no definitive hard and fast rule of what's schlock, but I personally would not consider that schlock. especially compared to some of the other ones we're talking about. But if
it does have some schlocky elements.
It does. Yeah, absolutely. And it is kind of silly at times, but I think the overall message is really strong. And I think that it at times it definitely kind of has this weird identity kind of crisis where you don't know if it's supposed to be super serious or if it's supposed to be, I guess schlocky for lack of a better term. So I'm certainly not saying that it shouldn't be listed as schlock, because once again, I think that's in the eye of the beholder. But I think that it's a little more high concept than some of the stuff that I had thought of.
Sure.
What do you think? We all love They Live, right?
Yeah, of course.
Could that work reimagined now as like a TV series?
Bite your tongue.
No, but not remaking it, but like take that concept of the world and like the freedom fighters or.
Yeah.
No.
You don't think so?
No. You know what? I hate you for even putting that out there, because some fucking dirtbag Hollywood producer is going to go, hey, that's a good idea.
Stop
Let's
making
make
TV
a
shows.
fucking TV show.
Raven
out of
Shadow,
a
you're being
brilliant
part of the
movie.
fucking problem.
No, but for more story.
Stop making fucking TV shows.
I don't make TV shows.
Yeah,
We
stop
don't
talking about
need-
My
it.
mom told me to knock it off.
Yeah, we don't want. We do not want.
Mid idea.
Make a fucking movie.
We don't need a sequel, a prequel, a TV show. We don't need anything.
Oh, I'm
from
sure it'll
that
be.
movie.
I'm sure.
We don't
I'm
need
sure there'll
another
be.
hero.
You know what? Eventually it'll
It's
happen.
going to be remade.
And
I can
fucking
guarantee
hate it when it
you
happens.
it's going to get remade.
But that movie is just a masterpiece
I
in
agree.
and of itself.
Yes.
Nothing more needs to be said about that.
No.
movie.
No more.
But
No more
now,
TV
more than
shows.
ever, is the time to remake it.
Ares the Conqueror has spoken.
I agree. I agree
Right,
with
Johnny?
it.
You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Wow, he's fucking angry.
Yes, you're gonna fuck with what I like.
No,
yes,
I
I'm fucking angry.
I love it too.
There is like you can take the anger is proportionate to the amount of whiskey he's had.
Stop
Thank you.
No.
making TV shows.
No, it's hold that thought.
Why would they stop making them when they're making fucking big
Yeah.
Yeah,
bucks?
hold that thought. But
And not Channel 5. We're talking like a
Right.
No,
it's not anger relation to whiskey. It's
Well, hot take. There won't be a Netflix in 2
Verbalization.
years.
to bourbon.
no verbalization.
How about that for a
Because
hot take?
The anger is level.
well,
More whiskey, the more I speak.
It's a little spiky.
There won't be a Netflix in 3 years. That's my take.
Nah, I'd say 5.
Yeah, I say 3.
Want to bet on it?
Well, all the political stuff going on, and also
Net neutrality.
as soon as Disney throws their hat in it, you know that every other film studio isn't far behind. So everybody's it's going to be like the fucking
but
comic wars.
Look
all
at how
over
many
again.
people have Netflix as it is.
No, the Netflix is going to survive.
Yeah.
A lot of the other subscription channels are going to
Well,
have
Prime's not going to go anywhere because it's a lost lead product for the thing, so that'll stay.
Amazon is losing money.
Well,
No, they're not.
Yeah, they've been losing money since day one.
yeah, no, they're not.
They are.
They want you to think they are. But I mean, look at Spotify. Spotify is the biggest music streaming service in the world, and they're not turning a profit. Like,
Most of these places aren't turning profits nowadays.
right? But it's what's called
That's
creative.
almost-
It's what's called creative bookkeeping because they're
that's
still open.
Yeah, but it's a business model too. Like there are businesses that make money on losing money. So, as fucking crazy as that sounds.
Yeah.
So,
Like the movie card thing.
Yeah.
yeah, in a way. They actually just had the movie pass. That's
Movie Pass.
They actually just lowered the price for.
Yeah, I'm
for a
so
while.
upset.
You have to buy a whole year
But
to
still.
do it, but you basically pay $6.95 a month. You can go see a movie a day if you
It's
want.
what, $70 though for the year?
It's $89.95.
Yeah.
for a
So
year.
like
A movie a day?
you
could
could
see a
go.
movie
You
a
could
day.
go up to once every day.
But here's what sucks about it for us right here, or for me mostly, who doesn't drive. Showcases don't take it. So
No, Showcase North does.
why doesn't Showcase Blackstone then?
That's not Showcase.
They're both showcase.
Yeah.
It is? Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
It's in the name.
North is right here on Movie Pass.
Well, fuck.
They're both national cinema.
Showcase.
I thought that was Regal.
No, Regal.
Regal takes it.
Yeah.
Regal,
But the Regal in the area fucking closed.
Framingham.
So AMC takes it. Mars, the Framingham one.
That's far.
West Boylston Cinema, which is the second run theater. Elm Draft House takes it. Regal in Solomon Pond. The Strand Theater in Clinton. AMC in Framingham.
Those are far.
EMC in Leominster.
Yeah, but I go see movies there for $5.
Regal in Bellingham. Right, but if you pay $6.95 a month, one movie and you're basically almost paid for.
Right.
Because I went to go see Justice League and it was $13.50. She's like, "Oh, it's $13.50." I'm like, "Well, I have a movie pass." So like, for my month, I pay $9.95 for the month, and now it's going to go down even further. And so I've just tied up a whole year where I've just paid it off, and now I can go see basically movies. It's almost like free for me,
Yeah, for me, it's just like I was all ready to get it. Like I would have gotten it because there was a theater very nearby that took it, and now it's gone.
Yeah, the theater just disappeared, which sucks. It was the one closest to me too, and I was pretty bummed out about that. And plus, that's the theater I used to work at too.
Why has no one told me about this?
That's why you got to be on.
You got to go online, buddy.
The fan interaction board for Trick or Treat Radio and the Deadites, sir.
Aries.
Excuse me.
When the show ends, the conversation just begins.
Yeah, we've been talking about it for 5+ years.
I was just added on to some fucking group thing recently.
No, that's different.
Yeah,
that's the chat. Those are the two chats, so you can know what's going on.
So wait, are you not in the fib?
The
I'm gonna put him. I'm gonna invite him right now.
No, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it. Oh, he's already a member. It says
the what?
Fuck. Fuck.
Apparently, he didn't get the memo about the show.
Did you say fib?
Yes.
Fan interaction board.
The Trick or Treat Radio Facebook group.
Oh my god. Are things going too fast for you?
Yes. MZ will show you.
Can someone write this down and mail it to me?
like postage stamp kind of mail?
What other kind of mail is there?
Email.
Female.
Ooh, yeah.
So, Aries, there's this app called Movie Pass.
Wait, app?
You have to you subscribe, they send you a card. It's basically a debit card.
Physical card.
A physical card.
I'm with you so far.
And what you have to do is you find the theater you want to go to. Let's say, Showcase North. Oh, let's go see Daddy's Home 2.
Yeah.
Let's go at 8 p.m.
And that's all on the card?
You hit it here. You hit check-in. You actually have to be within like 100 yards of the theater when you do it. But you hit check-in, and then you go in. You hand them your Movie Pass. They basically, Movie Pass pays them the full amount of the ticket, and you reap the benefits.
I'm gonna get one for me.
I like reaping.
Yeah.
Now, see, I'm looking at it. I'm looking at Movie Pass on.
You're such a
in the
reapist.
store, and it says it's only getting out of over 4,100 users. It's getting only a 2.6 out of 5 stars.
4,100. Oh, the app?
Yeah.
Oh, but it's nothing. All you do is go and you check in. That's it.
Mhm.
It doesn't need to be anything big.
Why do you have to check in, though? Why can't you just have your card?
Because.
Oh, well, I'm glad you explained it.
You hold your ticket and
Thanks,
you go
Dad.
and it's basically like reserving the ticket because you can't they need a way to track your thing so they know.
Yeah,
What if I
That
swipe
you
it?
only go once.
I think I'm gonna do. I think I'm gonna do this.
I'm gonna get one
worth
for
it.
me
It's totally
and
worth
my
it.
special
Yeah.
lady
It's
friend
totally worth
because she never likes to go to the movies anymore, so I can give it to my friend that I'm with, right? Well, I mean,
as long as you use her card,
Yeah.
they don't check ID,
right.
Yeah.
So you can just do this for me then.
Okay.
Oh, but your friend would need to have the app with her card
Or his.
signed in.
Oh, that's
Damn it.
Well, I can just sign out and sign in on my
Can't they
phone.
just punch a card like at the the coffee thing? You get just ka-chink.
Your fifth movie free?
Yeah, or something. Oh, everyone should be free, but you have a card. You can mail it to them.
Keep in mind that I gave Aries my movie pass to pay for something, like when he bought his ticket the other day, and he acted like I was trying to put a lien on his house or something.
Well, because you just handed me a card. You didn't give me any explanation. You just threw a card at me.
Like Gambit.
Yeah, well, I
almost.
You charge the card and blow up Aries. Share.
I was like, give me some points, mon ami.
If you had just said, I get points. But no, you just threw the card at me.
I'm just always worried about what part of it you don't understand. Is it the points or the technology? I thought if I just put it down, maybe,
mind you,
as long as you didn't eat it or break it, I thought I would.
I
okay.
picked you up at your house,
Right.
drove you to the movies,
Right.
We sat, had dinner,
Right.
got up from dinner, and got in line, and you waited until I ordered my ticket before you just whipped the card out.
I feel like we gave it to the lady who. We gave it to the lady who we paid the bill, right? Because you gave it back to me. Remember?
Yeah, and I didn't understand what was going on there either.
Right. I don't know.
At some point in the evening, you should have explained to me what was going on.
Don't you know I have your best interest in mind?
No, you do not.
I do.
You have your best interest.
I don't have any interests.
Bosch says all the streaming platform. Shit, wow, I hate this chat. It always fucking. All the streaming platforms spend more money than they bring in. Almost too big to fail style. They do it to gobble up market share. What happened to the music industry is now in full swing with the film industry.
Faux show.
And then Cecil says, "Oh my God, Wolfie saw the League of the Justice." And Bosch says, "This devalues art. Also, the overabundance of content makes it way harder for anybody to break out. The gatekeepers have more power." Yeah.
Let me keymaster.
And first, Mike says, "I think streaming services will narrow even further, like Shudder, Screenbox, BritBox, UK shows, etc."
That of a giant slore.
And Leanna's really focused on net neutrality, she said, and Bosch says it's related, Leanna, because those big companies that are going to throttle the internet is the same companies that own the large media catalogs. Yeah, this is this is an interesting thing because it's still kind of like the internet's still kind of like the Wild West, right? Like but they're looking to fucking settle it and charge us for it. Like that's what's going on here. So
it's all about money, man.
Julie says, or you can just collect and watch VHS like I do.
Yeah, fuck it.
Yeah, I'm gonna be very happy with my giant Blu-ray collection soon.
Oily says, seriously considering dropping my streaming services and rewatching my discs over a year.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I would have already got rid of Netflix, I think, if it wasn't for occasionally we need it for the show.
We hardly ever do. It's not a reason to keep it.
Almost every time I think about, coincidentally, almost every time I think about quitting it, we end up doing a Netflix show, though. I mean,
I don't. Netflix is losing a big reason why I'm holding on to it. They're going to lose their Marvel soon.
Yeah. I mean, I could either watch like Hands of Steel or some PM Entertainment joints that I would really enjoy, or like watch like movies from like 4 years ago. You know, like it's just not like there's just no competition for me. Like Amazon Prime with Shudder being a close second beats the pants off everything else for me. So
all right. Bosch says, I miss the video store. Me too, man.
I do too.
Oh, so do I.
And Oily says, streaming has hurt cinema literacy.
I got naked in a video store that Wolfie worked at once.
You did?
Yeah.
It's also closed now.
Yeah, it was in the adult section in the back.
Ugh.
How come I don't remember that?
I don't know. I'm sure you would.
Why would you want to?
It was one of my favorite pranks. Everybody was playing video games, and I got naked behind everybody. And
then it started raining.
Tiny
You started playing with your joystick.
And behind everyone, you mean in the adult section behind the curtain in the back?
No, it's like right now. No, it was closed. And then Tiny started to throw videos at me.
Julie's right on. She says that's a whole larger problem. The lack of real physical and social experiences like the video store.
Right.
We've talked about that a lot.
Yeah.
And I totally agree. It's just not the same nowadays. You don't get that personal connection to the media and the film. You know, you're not holding it in your hand. You're not picking it out. You're
that's
not
why
making
I'm always saying I
a
love
tough
something
decision.
tangible, not streaming. You know?
The only time
I'm like fucking Blade. I'm a man between two worlds here because I like the convenience of digital and I like how readily it's available, but I miss those old days.
Well, I mean, with the movie, if I had gone to the video store and paid for this week's movie, I would have watched the whole thing. But by the simple fact that
didn't have to.
Yeah, with the click of a button, it was shut off, and I could go do something else, and didn't physically cost me anything. It was no skin off my back.
I'm just super passionate about physical media. Like and Wolfie will back me up here. The only time I think in the history of the Deadites that I've pretty much said we're not having a conversation about this is very recently when the idea of not making physical media anymore came up. Like, I just will not be. This is one of those instances where I will go down with the ship. Like, I will not be part of the problem. I mean, I like living in a world where you can have digital media if that's somebody's preference, but I will make CDs, and if I'm printing them by hand, almost like we did recently, like I'll make CDs forever.
Well, the only digital music I've ever bought was because it didn't exist in the physical form.
Right. I mean, I am a little different with music these days, just because like I used to love buying albums, but now because the mission statement of music has changed, because you got to get out, like if you're Amanda Palmer, right, you're selling singles every month, and you put out an album every couple of years. But a lot of bands, like They Might Be Giants, those touring bands, and Matt Nathanson, they're putting out records so quick that I think their records are just not as good by the fact that the turnaround is faster. Does that make sense? Like they are forced to maybe put some songs on the record. Like I feel like most of my favorite bands, and these are bands I love. These are the Dresden Dolls, They Might Be Giants. For every Depeche Mode that only puts out a record every 4 or 5 years, right?
God bless them.
There is, or The Cure. There is bands like the ones I mentioned that I fucking love. Like They Might Be Giants is like my favorite band, where I think I get a good 15-song They Might Be Giants record every 3 records, because I think sometimes they would cast off. Some things would maybe be a B-side, or maybe be something that they wouldn't put on a record when they were only making a record every few years. But now it's like we got to get this fucking record out because we got to sell it, and we got to tour it.
Well, right now they're doing back in the 90s they did the Dialer song.
Right.
They're doing the equivalent of that today.
Yeah, I have it on my phone actually. Yeah,
you would understand it better than me, but they're doing that again, which is a song a day. That's difficult to do.
Oh, I know. So it's hard for Sean and I to write a song every 10 years, so I get it. But it's tougher mission statement, and physical media is definitely harder to justify. But I mean, one of my favorite nights in the last time, Raven Shadow must have picked up that Evil Streak CD at the. I got it about a month or so ago. Obviously, I being tangentially involved in the organization, I got a sneak peek, and the first thing I did is open it up, and me and Aries cruised around a little bit. I don't remember where we were going, but
hospital. Yeah,
we're going to the hospital, and listen to the new Evil Streak album. And it was awesome. And I looked at the liner notes, and it was they put some work into it. I think that though she was on the wrong side of this Deadites conversation that day, Myra understands that some of her fan base wants physical media.
What the?
Did you say, "Hey Siri"?
No, I think that was the ghost of Myra. Cause funny. But so I think that I put out cassettes. If I had the only reason we don't have more physical media is that I don't have the time / maybe money in some instances to make it. Because I would love to have vinyl. I would love to have cassettes. Physical media is a big deal for me.
Well, to some extent, cassettes and vinyl overrated. I mean, it's so much easier just to bang out a CD.
Yeah.
Once you have the music, to put it on a CD is a lot easier than putting it on a cassette or a vinyl.
I think it's cassette.
Vinyl is more of a novelty at this point.
It's pretty fucking popular, though.
But it is a novelty.
I think physical media is it all, arguably. I don't buy any, I don't know, other than occasionally Marvel movies, I don't buy any. I don't think I have very many films in my collection that aren't from a boutique label.
But to listen to music, digitally, it's compressed to some point, so you lose some of it.
Yeah.
To listen to it on a CD, you get it in its most purest form. To put that on a vinyl, you get some impurity.
It's a different purity, I think.
Yeah.
It's like the difference of most days I would rather watch. I think it's more of an organic thing. I think there's 3 kinds of listening, in my opinion. There's that pure CD listening.
Are you having a stroke?
Let's hope. And then there's live music, and then there's like a thing like vinyl. I've been watching a lot of New Japan shows this week that don't have commentary at all. That's actually my favorite because that's kind of like being there, but I'm in my house without any pants on, and it's like
That's too much information.
It's like two angles instead of, you know what I mean? Like I could see through two people's eyes. You know, it's like that almost is it real in Memorex sort of thing. So I think that at the end of the day, like I think as a whole, physical media is like a novelty.
Well, to true, I don't want to say music fans or whatever, but aficionados, yeah, to actually get the physical media.
Yeah.
It's, they can appreciate that more because digital media is compressed. Even at its base level,
I just
it's
like
compressed. You put it on your phone, on your iPod, it gets compressed even more, and you lose something.
I love New Japan World, right? That wrestling thing I make you watch all the time.
He keeps on going back to that.
Well, here's the thing.
We're talking music.
Here's my point, though.
Okay.
I would still, or rather, like I'm not sure where I fall on the have my cake and eat it too, right? Have DVDs or Blu-rays of all those shows I watch. I just would enjoy it more. There's no doubt in my mind. Like I'm wrapping it and putting it in and sliding in. Then it's real easy to put it in.
Did your mom call you halfway through?
Well, I mean, you're preaching to the choir with me. I've never bought a digital movie or TV show.
I did earlier by accident.
By accident.
Yeah.
The only digital music I ever bought because it didn't exist physically. I still love going to a record store and just flipping through and
I love
just
it.
finding things.
I love it.
Going into the, picking a second, going into the punk section and grabbing a random disc based on
the art,
the cover art or the cover photo, because normally it's photos.
Yeah, I mean, maybe that's not as fun for some people. For me, if they had like a horror section in the store, and they didn't talk about the genre, like I would just buy, you know what I mean? Like, so if I'm going through the metal section or the electronic section, or if it's just alphabetical order and I see something that has like horror sensibilities, I don't care what it is. I'll probably take that home if I have the money for it. Like if I see like a cool metal or like, I don't care, you know what I mean? Like, and that's part of the fun for me. Like, so I like this because the songs were named after horror movies, or am I going to get this in? Is it going to be a Misfits knockoff? Is it going to be an electronic band? Like, what's it going to be? That's something that I feel is totally lost now because part of the weird thing about digital music is that everything is obviously leads with the genre, right? And doesn't lead with the music.
Yeah, and I mean, we're getting back to the days of the singles or the singles where you could just go buy one song.
Yep.
And that's bad for music. You like a band song, you check out the whole band. You don't just buy that one song.
Yeah.
Because you know what? And it is a crapshoot. Sometimes you may just like that one song and you don't like the rest of the album, and you just, you know what? You suck it up that you spent the $10 or $20 or whatever for that disc.
Sure. So I mean, it's part of the game. You win some, you lose some. It's like paperbacks, like pretty much everything that I collect, like a comic. Like I can't tell you the amount of times that I've picked up a comic because it looks like something cool and it just didn't work. I didn't like it or whatever else.
I mean, well, I've bought a whole album based on one song, and then come to find out that one song is my least favorite song on that album.
Oh yeah, it happens to me all the time. Yeah.
Because it's the radio hit, and it's, let's say 75% of the time the radio hit is not the best song on the album.
No, I agree. Yeah, I mean it's just something like Julie hit it on the head. It's something that's lost because it's a social thing. Like I've gone on dates, flipping through things at Newbury Comics, and you have that moment where you're like, you shoulder to shoulder with somebody in the fucking the band that only you like. I went out with a girl twice that I met at looking. I'd always go to look if Pop Elite itself had any sort of new record. You know, this is before the internet. You go right to that section and see what they have, you know. And it's, you know, there's just so many social elements that are gone. I made, you know, I don't know, like I remember when you would hear a band playing at the record store? Like that's the first time you heard it. Like that's how I found Alkaline Trio. I had just broke up with the mean girl that the whole Last Deadite record was about. And I was flipping through things, and there was this band that sounded like a mixture of The Cure, The Damned, and the Ramones, like singing about the fucking relationship that I just got out of in my dependency on chemicals. And I was like, I finally went up, I'm like, what is this fucking band? Because I think it might, I think this might be me from the future. And it was Alkaline Trio, From Here to Infirmary. And I bought that record and bought the record before that on that day. And then that was like on a Wednesday. And then later on that week, I went back and bought their whole past discography. And like, it's been a love affair since then. Like, I just fucking love them. And if I wasn't in the record store that day, I don't know that I would have found them. You know, it was just like a fucking random thing that somebody was playing From Here to Infirmary. You know, like there was nothing that if I saw those album covers would have tipped off that at that time they were like up my alley. You know, there wasn't an evil. It's not like Ghost. Like I feel like I would have saw Ghost coming with their album cover art and stuff like that. You know, or Iron Maiden.
Right.
You know, like you know, I loved Iron Maiden before I even heard a note because of those fucking records and CD covers. Right. It's just all gone and it's all messed up. I mean, again, I'm all a fan of people should experience music the way they like. And if you're Tiny White that wears black clothes with no imagery on him and just has like this weird, sleek existence that he likes to live, like I get the not having, or Johnny, I guess, I get the not having physical media thing. Like I understand, like if that's the way you want to have it. But like for me, it's why I like music. You know, I enjoyed music in comics and movies, and I know you did too, because you like to have it, because you like to get it, you earned it, or you got it as a gift. That's another thing. Like, I'm not even talking about the pirating thing, but like, you know, I just bought that movie by accident. You know, like no thought or went into it. Like I remember driving to the record store or wherever else, being like, what am I gonna get? You know,
I can tell you, I've never bought a movie by accident.
Well, that's what I mean.
Yeah.
Like, you know,
like, I can honestly say I've accidentally walked around with a movie in a store.
To be fair,
you know, forgot to put it down, but when it comes time to go to the register, I'm not buying that piece of shit. And
to be fair, I was going to buy it at some point, just probably not now when I'm on my week where I don't get paid. But like, and I accidentally took this week off from work. But
permanently.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Well, we'll look at it this way. You didn't have to buy dinner.
No, it's true.
Ooh. So that's your burrito.
Well, yeah, because I didn't buy. Well, I don't know, because I didn't buy dinner. That's my Justice League money, though. So I'm back in the red again. But I think, like, you know, it's just all day I'll fight about it. Like, you know, like Monster Zero gifted me his VHS collection, which replaced a lot of mine that got wrecked, and like those mean more to me.
Do you need that much porn?
No. Those mean more to me to have them than, you know, the fact that they're just really a Google search away one way or the other, you know. Just physical media I'm so passionate about, and it's so important to me. You know, it is cool that 2 months ago I bought 3 Amanda Palmer singles and then went on her website today randomly and she has 4 more singles. That's cool that it's so instant. Right. But like, hopefully it's like if those come out again at some point on like some sort of physical thing, I'll buy them again, you know, just to have them.
Yeah, so something like that with me, I would just wait until they all were available in one physical format and purchase it that way.
Yeah, I don't know why I'm weirder about that with music than I am. Again, like wrestling being a perfect example. We got a digital copy of one of my favorite wrestling federation's marquee shows of the year, and I wouldn't watch them until I bought them, until I bought them and had them in my hand. You know, so it's I'm just a weirdo about some things. I love physical media. It's a great thing. I know Monster Zero, who is contributing nothing, loves physical media.
The problem, it's music, and he can't contribute.
Well, they make movies, right?
Yeah.
Movies come out.
Movies are out there, and I just want something physical.
Touch.
Because when it comes to films, half of the and music as well, half of the enjoyment is reading the liner notes in a CD or an album, or reading the back of a video sleeve, and enjoying the artwork. That's half the enjoyment, and that half is completely obliterated when you go to streaming.
Lyrics some of the services offer lyrics, but no one cares about them anymore. And back in the day, I used to buy either an album or a cassette, or even later with CDs. I would like lock myself in my room and wouldn't leave until I've listened to the whole thing and read every single lyric and every single word in that liner notes.
Well, I used to go to Newbury Comics every Tuesday when the
new releases.
New releases came out, and I'd buy 2 to 3 CDs.
Same here. Yeah,
every week.
Yep.
And I'd go back into my car, and I'd pick one, put it in.
Yep.
And I'd pour through the liner notes before I even left the parking lot.
Yeah.
I'd be 4 songs deep before I even put my vehicle in drive.
Mars and I, I'm pretty sure we did that every Tuesday, right? We used to go to Newbury Comics and just buy 2 or 3 things.
Wednesday. I think it was Wednesday because Wednesday Comics came out and I got paid. And
I used to go on Tuesdays. So
that was 2 separate days. Music Tuesdays, comic Wednesdays.
Yeah,
you can't mix that shit up.
Well, I'd get fucked up when I was younger because you could cash your check at Stop and Shop, which was across the street from Newbury Comics. I'd buy comics and music, right, and then go sit and read my comics and music at Borders, and then inevitably buy a bunch of magazines or books at Borders too. So I would get paid. I'd have a couple $100 at noon and probably have $750 by 6 o'clock at night. So
how you never died crossing Route 9, I have no idea.
I'm not positive I didn't. Keep in mind that I was probably not,
not what?
Not in a very good state of mind when I did it either. So
yeah, also not very nimble.
I'll have young me was very nimble.
Jack be nimble.
It's true.
Yeah, you do realize we're not going that far back to the Borders over there, right?
Huh?
We're not going that far back to when there was a Borders.
No, I was still more nimble then. Go back and watch NCW and look at how well I reacted to all the moves you didn't sell.
Let's just put it on the person who's giving them.
I could get into the sex driver from almost any spot in the ring.
Ooh. Yeah, that was just simply because of the name. You're like, ooh.
You're the only one.
Rave Show's mom would call in the mid-move.
Stop the match!
Stop the damn match!
He's tapping out.
Stop the damn match!
Give us a minute.
That girl has a family.
In 9 months, she will.
No, that never happened.
And on that note, I think we got some more voicemails to get to.
Beautiful sentiment to end on.
She's a brick.
There's a bunch of really. I always love when we have the digital versus physical media discussion because there's a ton of chatter going on in the chat room. Some really great points. I'm unfortunately not going to be able to read them all, but let me just get to a few. Dakota is hanging out now, and Dakota stop. Every time someone types it, it jumps down. And there it goes again. I may not be able to catch up because there's a lot of talk going on. Dakota says, VHS or die. I'm standing in front of a big stack of old horror tapes right now.
There you go.
Bosch says, the tangible part in paying for something you spend 30 minutes picking out brings you closer to the artist. There needs to be a transaction between the producer and consumer of art. And Julie says, yes, Dakota, that's awesome.
Agreed, Dakota.
Yep. Bosch says VHS on an old CRT TV is total nostalgia vibes to the max. So many feels.
I went to the joint that Raven Shadow hangs out at, and what did I buy? A bunch of NES games.
Nice, yeah.
By the way, Tecmo Wrestling now lives at my house.
Nice. Oily has a hot take. He says, unpopular opinion, hate watching VHS. Yeah, that's not for everyone. I don't really watch VHS these days anymore.
I will be honest, I collect it and don't watch it.
Yeah. And Dakota says, yes, I actually watched Psycho this summer on an old video disc. It was some weird format in between vinyl records and laser discs. It was beautiful. Yeah, those are the, what are those called, MZ? It was before. Yeah, it was before laser discs.
Yeah,
it was
the video discs.
Video discs, yeah.
Yep.
And my buddy Jay, who is a crazy Republican now, had about 300 of those.
Yeah.
And he had Halloween. He had Star Wars. He had a bunch, and we used to watch them all the fucking time. The only thing that sucked is you'd have to get up in the middle of the movie and flip it over.
Well, that's nothing different from any Laserdisc
Yeah,
player.
that's true, I guess,
So the technology, I mean, it jumped a little bit because the higher-priced Laserdisc players used to play both sides without having to flip over the disc.
That's true, yeah.
But the quality for...
It's fucking Aries' whiskey.
You keep bumping into it.
It's fucking huge. Look at it.
I know.
The problem is there's too much whiskey in
You
it.
got 2 left feet over there. I'll call you Loopy.
Anybody else got any floor pizza over there?
The Laserdiscs were far superior to any VHS and video disc at the time. Although by that time, video disc was a dead format, and so was beta. But it far surpassed the VHS because the discs were much cheaper. You could whatever movie was new on VHS that cost like $119.99.
Yeah,
went for like $39.99 or $29.99. It was crazy. Save a shitload of cash. And the quality, the sound, the picture was so much better.
Yeah.
The only thing was that you had to flip over the disc, and I had no problem with that.
Yeah, it's not a big deal. It's just
Laserdiscs are the one collection that I hope to dig into one day. But between comics, paperback books,
there's still some great editions that you can't get anywhere else but
Right.
Laserdisc, right?
Yeah.
MC, you have a few.
Oh yeah,
You sold your Laserdisc player, right?
No, I still got my player.
Oh, okay.
I sold a shitload of my discs though.
Oh, okay. But you still kept some of the choice ones.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I kept a lot of my Japanese imports and a few other not so much rare, but ones that are kind of close to me. I held on to. But the Japanese import discs, like Meet the Feebles on Japanese, I don't have it on Japanese import disc, but the Japanese import disc of Meet the Feebles is without question the cleanest version you will ever find. Anything that you find on VHS or DVD, forget it. Those are garbage compared to what you get on the Japanese disc.
Yeah. That's pretty cool. I do have Meet the Feebles on VHS still. It's one of the few that I kept.
From that's the Dead Alive release.
Yeah.
Now, to be devil's advocate, I don't know where I'm going to put everybody to eat at Christmas time because the dining room is stacked with role-playing games, paperback books, comic books.
You've been
and
basically
VHS.
getting everyone's collection.
Well, I have forever.
Yeah, you got my wrestling collection.
I got Bones' wrestling and MMA connection.
Yep.
Those all have a home though. It's in the last year that I'm fucking completely out of room. Like I have no room.
All right, let's continue on with the voicemail. Where do we leave off? We heard Leanna's second one. She talked about her schlock pick, and which is what spurred this whole conversation. Let's hear. Oh, I was going to go with someone that Mars would like to hear from, but I'll go somewhere else. No, I'll go somewhere else. Yeah, I don't want you to pee your pants. All right, let's hear from Carlos.
Hey, Trick or Treat Radio. This is Carlitos Way. How you guys doing?
What's up, Carlos?
Yeah. I thought I'd give you guys a call and give you my choice of favorite schlocky movie to watch. And, leading up to tonight's episode, I was going to watch a movie called Filipino Spider-Man in hopes that would be my favorite schlocky movie of all time. But I never got to watch it yet. Never got around to it. And yes, there is a movie called Filipino Spider-Man.
Well,
and it has a roach guy for a villain. Yeah, that's going to be, I think that's going to be good times. But anyway, I haven't seen it. So right now, my choice would have to be Terror Vision. Terror Vision. Yes. Oh, yeah, that's my daughter. Yes, awesome. Terror Vision. Yeah, this movie's schlocky as heck, man. This is it's about a alien monster that gets beamed through a satellite dish into people's TV, then it comes out and just turns a family into goop, and it's all goofy. He's got a punky girlfriend with a heavy metal boyfriend, and it's got I forgot that actress's name. That from Eating Raoul in Death Race 2000. That actress. Oh, got her name. Oh my God. Anyway, I know you know who that actress is, but it's escaping me at the moment. But anyway, yeah, it's a fun movie. Great creature effects. It's a fun movie. Good times. Look, 80s Charles Band flick. And if you pick up the Shout Factory Blu-ray, it comes with what I would consider a bonus. It's another schlocky type movie called The Video Dead, about zombies coming out of a TV.
Yeah. I've got this set.
So, and yeah, that's it. I got nothing else to add, but actually, Asia, you want to say something, Ravy Shadow? Want to say it?
Why?
What I told you. No? She's getting shy. Anyway, there was nothing we could do. She was just going to say, banana fingers! All right, guys, I'll talk to you guys later. Have a happy Thanksgiving, by the way. And, happy Thanksgiving. I'll see you guys next week. Bye.
I've got that video, Dad, and...
Carlos!
Yeah.
Thanks, Carlos. And that would have been amazing if your daughter said banana fingers.
Yeah, Chris McGibbons actually worked on that set.
The actress who I think he was trying to think of, was it Mary Warrenoff? MZ, do you know who?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
That's who I thought it was, because I've seen Eating Raoul. It's been fucking years, but...
Yeah, the name was on the tip of my tongue, and I just couldn't believe I couldn't remember. Paul Bartel.
Yeah.
That guy's awesome.
He did something recently. I saw his name somewhere, and I can't remember where I saw it now. All right, it doesn't matter. I just remember seeing his name on something recently.
That guy's a legend.
Yeah, he did Death Race 2000.
Yeah.
Really? What the hell was that?
What do you think it fucking was? Look at him fucking giggling.
You didn't feel the room shake?
Yeah, Jesus, fuck.
I hope it's not as bad as before. I feel bad.
God damn it.
It's like someone lined my ass with salami. It's been so terrible.
What? Lined your ass with salami.
I've been eating a lot of antipasto salads. I feel like that's
why. Antipasto?
I feel like that's why.
Why are you eating that?
It's delicious.
To counteract the pasto.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh man, it's bad. I feel bad.
Oh man, the fucking paint's chipping.
The posters are curling.
Posters are falling off.
I'm wearing boxer briefs too, so there's not a lot of.
Yeah, you burn those away.
The boxer breeze.
Oily asks, I wonder if MZ has Salo on Criterion Laserdisc, DVD and Blue.
I did have Salo on Criterion Disc, the Laserdisc, and I just recently sold that.
How
not
much
too
you
long
sell
ago.
it for?
70, I think.
Yeah, okay. That's not bad, I guess.
Yeah.
Did you
70.
sell it to someone you know or online?
Online.
Okay. Gotcha. All right. Well, thank you, Carlos. Awesome hearing from you, buddy. And those are some good picks you got there.
And I do have the DVD, by the way. So
figured. All right. Let's hear second message from our buddy, First Time Mike.
What's up, Trick or Treat family? This is First Time Mike once again. Sorry about the rambliness of my my Slack post. It was a little tired. I've had a nap since then.
Good.
But I have my Thanksgiving wish for this year. And it goes as follows. The earth shall tremble, graves shall open. They shall come among the living as messengers of death, and there shall be the nights of terror. The prophecy of the black spider. Oh, wait, that's from Burial Ground with Peter Bark and all sorts of stuff happening. No, that's wrong. Here we go. Dear Penthouse Forum, I could never believe this could happen to me. I was sitting there, and when the bus crashed next to me with the Swedish bikini team, I thought I went and helped them, and they were ever so thankful. So I went to their forget that one. Let's see. Bill. Oh, I can't tell you what that is. Oh no, here it is. My Thanksgiving thought for the year 2017. Cultivate the habit of being grateful for every good thing that comes to you, and to give thanks continuously, because all things have contributed to your advancements. You should include all things in your gratitude. By Ralph Waldo Emerson. With everything going on this year and the year before, I think, everybody, let's take a little time and be thankful. Tomorrow, whatever you're doing, whatever you're having, be thankful. Gather your loved ones close, and be thankful for those people that you love, wherever you are. And remember, family isn't just blood, and I can speak from experience in that. Your family is who you're with and who you like, and I consider you all like family to me, family and friends from around the world. And hey, we come here, we talk on Facebook, but I happily wish you all a happy Thanksgiving, all the best. And this is First Time Mike from Milwaukee, Wisconsin, a great place on a great lake. Wishing you all a good night, and don't eat too much turkey. And no, I'm not going to tell you about the Swedish bikini team. Just kidding. Have a good one, everybody. Bye.
Thanks, dude.
Thanks, First Time Mike. I will not eat too much turkey, so no big.
You having tofurkey?
I won't eat any.
you having tofurkey?
No, I'm having fucking celebration roast. That shit is the best.
Celebration roast?
Yeah, you guys wouldn't know.
Well,
It's a celebration with every fucking bite.
Yeah, what's in it?
There's lots of stuff.
Love.
and by lots of stuff, he just means soy.
Lots of soy and
Wheatgrass.
soy proteins. No wheatgrass.
Stuff? Nazi stuff? Yes, Peter. Nazi stuff.
Jesus.
I'm telling you, Internet, I'm going to tell you this the one time I'm going to tell you, right? I love the holidays, so stop trying to bring me down.
Whoa.
Not you. I'm not talking to you.
No. Yeah, but Thanksgiving is not a good fucking holiday.
Oh, yeah.
No.
He just loves it because he gets to eat a lot.
Yeah, that's all he cares about.
Yeah.
Someone's great-great-great-granddad was somebody else's great-great-granddad's slave. I get it. Yeah.
No.
Okay, Ben
No. We're celebrating genocide.
So everybody cuts off the fucking, everybody on this fucking table cuts off the fucking Salem like it's the coolest place in the world, and that was celebrating genocide too.
That's
so.
not genocide. That was a few people.
Well, that was allegedly a few hundred people. Though.
No, it wasn't.
No,
I'm sorry.
The
I'm
number
sorry.
was
We
much
have
smaller than that.
I'm sorry. We have a all right. Well, there's a limit of what's acceptable for people to die, and everybody be okay with it.
Well, yeah.
I forgot.
God bless.
Only
everyone.
a few people were burned as witches. Like, it's okay.
No, they weren't burned. Actually, none
They
of
were
them
hung.
burned. Yeah,
That's
none of them
fine.
were burned.
Yeah, well, it's okay. Well, that's even. Oh, that's. I'm sorry, I was wrong.
Well, yeah,
That's even
and
Well,
worse.
just get your facts. Just get your facts right. You know.
Yeah.
And you're sitting here quoting Ben Folds about
Right.
slavery,
Right.
And we're talking about Native Americans.
Yeah.
Right. Well, yeah. No, I don't. It's not going to ruin my. I love getting. It doesn't mean that to me. I love getting together with my friends and family.
That's fine, but the fact of the matter is the history books have basically hidden what actually happened, and instead of saying, like, it's basically saying, oh, the natives helped us.
Go write an accurate history book then.
No, I'm not a fucking writer.
Well, then I
I'm
don't,
not a
like,
history writer.
Yeah, well,
I'm telling you the truth. That's
Right.
the truth.
So by getting
by
on Facebook
celebrating
and
it-
coming on here and just criticizing people that do like holidays,
I'm not criticizing anyone.
like I think that's going to be a much faster way to reform. I think.
Many turkeys died to give us this holiday.
And during Christmas, Santa molests his elves before he goes off on
Well, you just hate Christmas because it's part of your edgy persona, Montezano.
No, I hate Christmas.
I like
hate
Salo and
Yep.
I like Serbian film and I
That's right.
hate Christmas
That's
because
right.
I'm edgy.
Nope. Not because I'm edgy, because I'm
I-
Monster Zero.
yeah, you're
and
not
that's what
edgy,
I
you're
like,
round.
and that's not. Oh, please, please, please. Look at your head.
Next voicemail.
Harry's playing Peacekeeper.
I hate the holidays.
Courtney says, "Can't we all just get along?"
No, not today.
Julie says, "Heal the world, make it a better place."
Yeah, but nobody's gonna do it
Yeah,
with
share
a
a
fucking
Coke and a
keyboard and
smile.
mouse.
Yeah.
Get out there and make it better. Fight. Get your hands dirty. Like,
Well, I did have a conversation about potentially going to fucking DC for net neutrality today.
you should. I believe, but
Because-
I'm not talking to you because you do.
No, I know you're not talking to me, but I'm just saying that this is something that affects pretty much every aspect of my life.
Right. You were in the fight more often than not.
No,
But-
I'm not actually.
Well, I maybe I'm just looking at comparatively speaking of the people that are generally complaining on the internet from home in their parents' basement or wherever.
Dakota says, "MZ, the one true edgelord." Oh, that's awesome.
I would hate Christmas too if nobody ever gave me presents.
Give me your children so I could drink their blood.
I love Christmas because I get together with my friends and family, which makes me understand why you hate it.
Yeah, but you do that anyway during the entire course of
Yeah.
the year. What makes Christmas so different?
Actually, you're wrong. My friends and my family are generally so busy that I seldom see them.
See us every week.
I said my friends and my family.
Okay, before this really turns into an after-school special, next voicemail.
Yeah.
I kind of want to defy Aries to see what happens.
You remember the chainsaw I said I was fixing? It's fixed. Move on.
All right, let's hear from Leanna once again.
Thank you.
My last message of the show, guys, don't worry. Listeners of Trick or Treat Radio, it's almost Thanksgiving. A lot of you are older than me, but let's say some of you are younger, just about my age. Your family's going to come over, and that's not always a good thing. Sometimes members of your family are awful, and no one believes you about it. Sometimes you just don't want to deal with the arguments. You don't want to deal with the fact that some of your family members may not agree with everything that you are. And, like me, you're a huge horror fan. You miss all the horror movies of October. You miss the selection on TV. And you might be wondering, what's a good horror movie that I can watch that's relatable to the current time of the year I'm living? I think that horror movie is Adam Wingard's You're Next. So, if you don't know what You're Next is about, it's basically a horror comedy surrounding this family gathering, a dinner, in between autumn and winter, that looks at various home invasion tropes and subverts them. It's a very, very good horror comedy subversive film. It's very good. I think that it deals with a lot of the themes and emotions that you feel at this time of year, such as enmity between your family members, growing with other people in the midst of a conflict, sorry, I'm not good with words today. Feeling like everything is against you during a time of year that's supposed to be the opposite. And on top of that, it also has just really good looks at various characters that we see a lot in horror movies, such as the final girl, the slasher, and even the faceless men that haunt you in movies like The Strangers. So if you're looking for a really, really good Thanksgiving horror film, I mean, it's not outright Thanksgiving themed, but I think this is a perfect selection to watch on Thanksgiving, especially if you're feeling shitty about your family. So put it in instead of, Thanksgiving, so we don't have to look at this horrible puppet explain sexist and racist cunts. Happy Thanksgiving, everybody. Hope you have a good dinner.
Thanks, Leanna.
Thank you.
I love that. I think that's a great pick, and I think most of us dig that movie, right?
Yeah, I love it.
Yeah, it was pretty
On
good.
the show?
No, we didn't.
No, we talked about
We
it.
talked about it, but it was Actually, no, I think it came out when we were doing the show. But
Yeah,
we
for sure.
Because I saw it with Tiny. I remember
Right.
that. So yeah, we definitely talked about it, but it wasn't an official film discussion. So, yeah, no, that's a good one, and I appreciate you.
That is a real good one.
Given that, made me think of this. The Grindhouse trailer for Thanksgiving.
This holiday season, prepare to have the stuffing scared out of you.
Me and Andrea Willanen just watched Grindhouse all the way through the other day.
Yeah.
Plymouth, Massachusetts, the 4th.
Gee, that was
Thursday
almost a month
November
ago.
Is the most celebrated day of the year. The table is set. The festivities have begun.
I wouldn't mind this getting turned into a movie.
Well, I was excited about that prospect.
I love the Creep Show score that's used in it.
3 Eli Roth movies ago.
Yeah, it's true. Yeah, and his next one looks like a fucking shit show. Death Wish one.
I thought the Death Wish trailer looked good. But
I don't think so.
Yeah, I thought it looked good.
Thanksgiving. All right, we won't play the whole thing.
Yeah.
But watch the Thanksgiving trailer before you watch your next. All right, we have, I think, one more. Is that right? One more?
I like my family, so I'm excited for tomorrow.
Well, not everyone likes their family,
No,
for
that's
better
true.
or worse,
Yeah.
you know.
I'll tell you, I'm excited. By 6 p.m. tomorrow, I will be in a turkey coma watching New Japan in the Deadites Theater downstairs at Tiny's house, probably with my pants unbuttoned. So, can't wait.
All right.
Thanksgiving rocks.
The day that everyone gets together and hangs out rocks.
Sure.
All right, let's close it out with Julie Meow Meows.
Happy Thanksgiving, Trick or Treat Radio.
There she is.
Julie Meow Meows here with a holiday question for you guys.
Uh-oh.
If the person to your left was a Thanksgiving dish or Thanksgiving food, what would they be? Talk to you guys later. Bye.
Wow.
Oh, yeah. String beans.
By the way, Raven Shadow is to his left. That's a good one.
So Aries went.
So I guess mine would be Mars.
Oh, God.
Even though the left is over here.
It's delicious.
You know what? I'm going to say garlic mashed potatoes.
Nice, thank you.
You're welcome.
Yeah. I don't know. What's shitty in a can?
Canned corn.
Canned
no,
shit. Okay,
no,
that's
it's
not
good.
bad. Yeah, something.
How about no? I got it. The cranberry sauce with the full cranberries.
Oh yeah, fuck that.
I like the jellied stuff, right?
Yeah, I like that though. I like
MZ's
the
a- oh,
the
okay.
cranberry sauce with the full cranberries was always something that we had at Christmas for some reason. Not
Oh, okay.
not at
I
Thanksgiving.
was gonna say because
I don't know,
MZ
I'll
is
be
just a
nice.
disappointment. So
he'll be a nice, I don't know. He'd be an expensive turkey, that's for sure. So.
he'd be like a 30-pound turkey.
30 pound.
Look at that meat
Well, for a
stuffing.
turkey, that's big.
330 pound.
All right.
All right, let's hear it.
See, I was nice to you. Be nice to Aries.
Oh, he's not going to be nice to
no,
me.
This is a tough one.
This is ridiculous.
You'd be the stuffing.
Yes, I see it.
Why? The
Because-
stuffing in the bird?
Yeah.
So halfway through cooking it, Raven Shadow's mom called.
Yeah, you're the gizzards, actually.
The shit that gets pulled out and thrown
nobody
away.
eats the gizzard.
I would have
Flippin'
said
gizzard?
I would have
Stick
said some
with stuffing.
He would have been some hardtack.
Yeah, no, Aries to me would be a pecan pie.
Ooh, see, I was thinking about you, Johnny, as a little bit of dessert.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, no, I always suspect you kind of taste like peanut butter.
What?
I don't know. That's what I think about.
That's weird.
So you'd be like a peanut butter pie with
Peanut
chocolate.
butter pie.
What exactly is
Yeah.
a peanut butter pie?
Like you'd be like what I would bring. I wouldn't go to I'd get like from the grocer's freezer, and I'd get like a Reese's peanut butter pie. Put that on the table.
Oh,
for you.
Reese's peanut butter. Okay.
Yeah.
Because you just said, I was like, what?
Peanut
It's gonna be
butter
it's gonna be a pie crust with a bunch of Jif in it. Or
Yeah, that's
Peanut
fine.
butter pie sounds gross.
Oh, it's
Yeah.
awesome. You ever had that?
No.
I'll get that. I'll bring that over.
Well, Reese's peanut butter pie is different than just peanut butter pie.
No.
Well,
Because you'll say you're going to come over someday and then not come. Something will happen. I'm not even inviting you anymore.
That sucks.
Yeah. Oh, I thought I was calling you, or we got busy. Or I was making my bed and I fell asleep. I know all your excuses.
I got new comforters now.
Yeah.
Oh, this is what
What the?
this is what Bosch said. I think MZ should be Christmas dinner.
Scrambled egg and bacon, 2 mince pies, turkey and potatoes, gravy, bread sauce, cranberry sauce, Brussels sprouts with stuffing or broccoli with stuffing, roast carrots and parsnips, and Christmas pudding.
It's really good.
They really skip on the gravy, man. I'm kind of disappointed in that.
Game Christmas dinner.
Where can I get that?
Yeah, let me.
I'm sure you could get it at any dollar store.
That's not real. Is it?
They don't generally sell food at a dollar store except the weird ones.
Well, what, you don't think this is weird? You think this is normal?
Yeah, but if they don't even have a section for it, what are they going to put in between the coloring books and the colanders?
Yeah, why not?
It's my next album title.
There is the Christmas dinner on the live feed now.
You ain't getting any thinner.
Oh God, that looks
the scrambled egg and bacon. My God,
scrambled eggs and bacon.
What's
Yeah,
that?
what does that do with?
Well, that's
Thanksgiving.
covering the whole day.
It's funny you say that though. For those who are actually going to fucking show up at my house, as well as my normal stuff, and as well as the stuff I'll make for the.
Oh wait, I see it. You eat from the top down.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, because it's dessert. Yeah,
It's
yeah.
breakfast to dessert.
Oh,
Yeah.
Ah.
Yeah. It's
Wow.
as well as the Johnny Wolfensteins and the people who've come to get the traditional Mars things like Marsgaroni and cheese and sweet and sour kibasi. This year at Christmas, there will be a breakfast theme to the all-day Christmas dinner. There'll be French toast.
You did that last
There'll be
year.
pancakes. That's what I did for my birthday.
Oh yeah. All right.
Yeah, there'll be French toast, pancakes, egg scrambler.
So for Christmas dinner, you're doing breakfast.
Yep.
It's outrageous.
Well, no, I mean you can have Marsgaroni and cheese, and
Oh shit.
I'm gonna get a ham.
Yeah.
Dakota says, "Imagine the wet suctioning noise that makes sliding out of the."
Dinner's ready.
Christmas dinner is ready.
Sit next to your aunt and give her a kiss.
It probably.
Oh, and you know you have to shake that can a few times just to get it to drop out.
It probably sounds like Monster Zero getting his pants off in the summer.
What the fuck, Raven Shadow?
That's Christmas dinner, dude.
Right, we gotta go.
Oily says, "Stop turning me on."
I got masturbates to do.
First time Mike says peanut butter pie is the fucking bomb, my brothers.
Thank you. And he's from Midwest. He knows.
So I'm the bomb. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
Oh, thank you.
Chocolate pie.
Yeah, he's that.
If I still have a job, I'm going to use my discount to get some fancy pies.
Cecil says, "I am down with this peanut butter pie you speak of, in one of
Thank
those tins, Bosch, if you will, please."
Yeah.
I don't like peanut butter that much, except in candy.
It's candy pie.
Cecil says, "Then you flip it over and try that pudding, eh?"
Ooh.
Yeah.
Well, that's a euphemism.
All right, here's the question.
Why don't you bend over and eat that pudding?
How much money can we raise from the fib and from the thing for me to make love to a Christmas dinner?
What about this? Wait, way to go.
Oh yeah, that is nasty.
What is that?
The canned chicken.
That's not real.
That is real.
Is it chicken in a can?
Yeah.
Why's it got a penis?
Why'd you got a penis?
That's after we raise the money.
Because they had a sex change in the middle of it getting shoved into a can.
Oh God.
No, that's real.
That's not good.
Looks like some fucking Lovecraftian beast.
Yeah. Imagine you're living your life as a chicken, and you end up like that. Jesus Christ.
What does it matter? You're dead.
Yeah, but still, I mean, you kind of wish for a happier ending than that.
What? Is it like fucking chicken Valhalla? Do they have spend their afterlife battling Ragnarok?
Are we gonna do our schlockiest
Yes.
films?
When we say goodbye.
I thought we were doing what we're grateful for.
Well, we'll do both.
Oh shit!
Oh, Christ. You just want it all, huh?
All right. Well, that is it for voicemail, and I believe we're I read the email that we had. Let me just check Twitter real quick.
John's probably thankful for Devin Townsend.
Ultimate vegan Christmas pudding. Yes, no animals were killed in the making of this pudding.
Apparently, this is from Bob's Burgers, chicken,
Oh, yeah.
chicken in the can in the toilet.
Wowzers.
I've never seen Bob's Burgers.
Me either.
It's entertaining. I don't care for the animation too much.
Well, you love it though. You did double tapped it, didn't you, a while back?
I don't remember.
Yeah, no, it's an enjoyable. It's enjoyable.
Yeah, I'm not too comfortable with the animation though. Yeah. The animation is a little quirky for me, but the show itself is funny.
It's still better than Dr. Katz.
No way.
Slow it down.
No way.
The National sings a bunch of songs on Bob's Burgers. That's all I know about. They do a whole song about gravy.
I don't think I'm anything.
I was just looking for those.
I live in the ocean.
I don't think I'm anything. I live in the ocean. I don't know what you're talking about. I have a layer of blubber to keep me warm in the water. You're fat. You got to get Weight Watchers. Yeah, what you got to do is get yourself an education and a job.
I don't think I'm anything. That's definitely one of the most quoted things ever in our group.
All right, Michael Rivichel, what are you grateful for?
No, don't start with him.
I was going to fuck myself then.
No, you get a little bit more time. We just had some retweets and trying to get some guest booked stuff, so nothing really all that exciting.
Put that away.
Whoa.
Oh, yeah, you're fucking
He
Walmart,
pulled
right?
his gut out.
He's got an innie.
Dakota says Bob's Burgers has a pretty good Thanksgiving song I'm going to annoy my wife with tomorrow.
Good.
Let me just see. I think that might be the chat room. Courtney says MZ's a jive turkey.
Nice.
Are you going to have a jive turkey tomorrow,
Yeah, it
MZ?
ain't cool to be a jive turkey this close to Thanksgiving.
Watch it, sucker.
Oily asks, anyone watch Blood Freak on Thanksgiving? No. I've never seen Blood
But
Freak.
I think I should.
Yeah?
What channel's it on?
What channel's it on?
TBS.
PBS.
All right. And, Oily mentioned even dwarves started small.
Jesus Christ.
Classic.
Not sure what it was in reference to, but he brought it up.
Probably schlockiest
That
film.
shit's not schlocky. That's fucking high art.
Yeah. I wouldn't exactly call that schlock.
I'm going to watch that when I get home.
That's a great flick, though.
All right, now let's go around the room. We're going to start goodbyes. This is going to be slightly longer goodbyes because everyone has 2 questions to answer. Your favorite schlock film and what you're thankful for. Start with MZ.
I was giving it a lot of thought, and I think, I was thinking of, like Saturday the 14th and Troll 2, but I think in the end I am ending up with Pink Flamingos. Outstanding classic schlock high art right there. It's fantastic. If you've never seen it, you wouldn't believe what goes on in that movie. Raven Shadow.
Somebody eats poop.
Yes.
I hate that movie.
Yeah, I hate that
I love that movie. And
That movie is the fucking
what am I
worst.
thankful for? I'm thankful for the show's almost being over. So, arrivederci, douchebags.
Jesus. All right, Aries.
Favorite schlock film? I think I'd have to go with Attack of the Killer Tomatoes.
All right, good one.
Attack of the Killer Tomato.
Yeah, outstanding theme song. I have that in my my rotation for listening on my iPod.
Nice.
My steam powered iPod. And what am I thankful for? I think that
the companionship of Donovan.
No. I think that Thanksgiving is over and we're getting to Christmas, and I can pick a fight that I'm hoping will be a big fight around here.
What?
Whoa.
Oh, no. We'll have to wait until we get really into the Christmas season.
Boom, boom, boom.
I've been actually looking forward to picking this Christmas fight.
Why? Is it because I like Christmas? Is that
No.
what it is?
I'm hoping this will be a good fight.
Who's it with?
Anyone and everyone.
What the fuck?
Aries
came back with an agenda.
Oh.
Can you pick a fight that I'm on your side for a change?
No, I don't think anyone will be on my side. I already picked this fight last year on a lower scale, and no one was with me.
Why? Do you a big fan of fucking Dominic the fucking Donkey?
Oh,
Yeah.
no.
Is that your jam?
You will all just have to wait.
That's the ultimate fucking teaser right there.
This fight, this may take over a whole episode.
Jesus
Christ.
Oh my God. We are cram jamming, but okay.
Yeah. All right. Raven Shadow.
Oh, I didn't know how to fucking follow that. I don't even know. Is
Schlock film, and what are you thankful for?
Would Dead Alive be considered a shock film?
Schlock film.
Schlock.
Rocket schlock.
I didn't have any whiskey either. No, you know what? I'm gonna keep it simple. It's. I really fucking like the Toxic Avenger.
All right.
And that's it for Trauma. And Poltergeist is all right. That's good. What am I thankful for?
Man, she's hot. Oops.
Good segue. I'm thankful that New Hope is stuck
What are
around.
you talking about?
Yeah.
What are you talking about?
No one.
I hope you're not looking at a picture of New
Who's he
Hope.
looking at? Who's he looking at?
Courtney?
No.
Someone that lives close.
Oh boy.
No.
Jesus Christ, dude. Come on.
I'm not the one that's outed people.
What it's on your phone.
I was.
All right, Raven
Yeah.
Shadow.
HR out and stuff.
HR out and stuff.
No, I'm thankful that A New Hope stuck around for a second Thanksgiving. That was.
That's amazing. to
Yeah,
me.
I didn't see that coming.
I don't think she saw that
No,
coming.
fair. No.
That's really kind of boring.
Well, you haven't.
Hey, leave him alone. You know,
yeah. How about
after
all right.
He's calling a bomb threat to be bigger than him.
Yeah, seriously, okay, I'm thankful for there's some plan I'm having to pick a fight with my friends. That's what I'm really fucking thankful for. Some downright sinister machinations on Jesus' birthday.
Hey,
fucking.
have we met?
Yeah, I like you very much. No, I'm glad that we're all still here live, most of us, for now at least. And, Trick or Treat Radio fans and the Fib. It's the fan interaction board, Tim. It's where we get to talk to our friends and fans. What?
Who?
I don't have any friends.
Oh, if you join the fan interaction board, what?
What the
I don't
fuck? Who's Tim and what?
What'd I say?
Like what?
I hit my head early. I'm a little bit concussed.
Yeah, I think so.
Aries, all right. I don't know. What's remember children? No. Live fast, love hard, die with your mask on.
Corny says, Aries, you're the anti-Santa.
Okay. Sure.
And Cecil says, the commentary for it is good. I don't know if he's talking about Super Dark Times. He says, the commentary for it is good. I did listen to it. If Raven Shadow doesn't own it, he should track that down.
Can I borrow it from you? Who was that?
Cecil said he listened to the commentary track.
Yeah, is it cool?
He said it's good.
My
He didn't say cool.
No,
He said it's good.
Well, then call me back when it's cool.
And by anti-Santa, does that mean I get to break into people's houses and steal gifts?
Sure, yeah. All right, Mars Man, your turn.
Man, I made an awesome joke at dinner yesterday, and I can't remember what it is, and it's really bothering me. Do you remember?
Cecil,
was it one of the ones you whispered to me that I couldn't hear in the noisy restaurant?
No.
Is this a joke to you?
Real quick, Cecil says yes. Super Dark Times on iTunes. It has the director's commentary.
My schlocky
You can't sneak
movie.
up on me.
I would have to say I've been talking about this movie a lot on this episode and a lot since we did Survival of Film Freaks. But my favorite schlocky movie, I think, would have to be Raw Force. If you haven't seen it, go out and see it.
Yep.
Or some people might consider Kung Fu Zombie a schlocky movie. That's another favorite of mine, or Kung Fu from Beyond the Grave. So I guess those are my schlocky picks. And I am
Schlocky Dennis.
I'm proud of the whole Deadites Trick or Treat Radio art family and business. I guess business. I don't know what to call it otherwise. Project. And
it's not a business.
It's not a nobody's
unless
business.
we're like Amazon and losing money.
Yeah.
We're nonprofit.
Yeah. I'm super proud to. I knew my special lady friend was awesome, but you don't see the test of anybody's metal until they're faced with something terrible, and she is fucking tearing it up and not giving a fuck. So that is what I am very thankful for, and I'm thankful for all the amazing artists that I'm working with right now. That is going to make next year the biggest year for the Deadites and Trick or Treat Radio ever. Remember, children, wherever we go, there you are.
All right, and for me, I think my schlock pick is going to be one of the first, at least maybe not the first, but probably the most memorable schlock film, and that would be Street Trash. because it's a pretty fucking memorable film when you're like 12 years old.
That's a great flick.
I never saw it. I want to see it.
Oh, you'll love the scene with the penis keep away.
Yeah.
David Chow's like, what?
Wait, what?
I haven't seen it in years though, but
I remember the poster.
I saw it a couple months ago. It's just as good now as it was then. Such a great flick.
Cecil says yes, Kung Fu Zombie, and first time Mike says Raw Force, see it now. And Cecil says yes, Street Trash. So yeah, Street Trash will be mine. There's a bunch of others that I could go with. I mean, the old standby is Neon Maniacs, right, for us.
Is that schlocky?
No. Yes.
I don't think so.
Yes.
I'm fuzzy on that.
Jesus.
The fucking samurai fucking train driver.
That's not schlocky. He's just very enthusiastic.
He's just multitasking.
Yeah.
What's the matter with you? Because I didn't fart.
Yeah, right.
And maybe you're smelling it from before. I don't know.
And I'll wait on this. It wasn't a thankful thing. I wanted to talk about Justice League, but has anyone else seen it in this room?
No.
All right. Well, maybe next week some other people will see it.
Hopefully, I hope to go tomorrow.
You're gonna go see it?
I mean,
Get your ass tomato.
what day? Friday. I hope to go see it.
All right. So for what I'm thankful for, I mean, it's probably the same shit. I'm thankful for my awesome little family that I'm growing with T-Dog and Ozzy Osbear, and also for just, I mean, obviously just doing the show and everyone who even fucking bothers to check it out. Like, I appreciate that so much. Even just you listening to it for, a few minutes every week or every episode for that matter. It's mind-boggling to me still, and I really appreciate that you guys have stuck around and enjoy what we do and are letting other people know. We have new people coming in all the time. It's really fucking cool. So thanks to you guys. And Dakota's thankful for his 4 days off of work.
Yeah, Baba Leo.
I'm thankful for my job right now. I hope I can keep it.
Retention.
Yes. All right, so that is going to do it, everyone. I want to thank everyone for hanging out with us on episode 278. Thanks to James Balsamo for hanging out for a little bit, even though he had plans to go to. And also Super Dark Times. Check it out. We dug it a lot. And next week, we're going to be joined by Eric Newell from Bloody Good Horror. We're going to talk about Mayhem, which is available on VOD. And I'm excited to tell you guys what we have in store for December. We'll start doing that next week. And, well, I think that's it. So hopefully everyone enjoys their holiday, however you want to celebrate it, with friends, family, whatever you do. Or if it's just about getting together and having a big fucking meal, then do that. So everyone enjoy. We will see you next week for episode 279.